Hey, we're here. Everyone can see us and hear us now. Everyone say hi.
Hello, hi.
Hello. I tried to have your back, Ellen. Everyone else, I don't know. And you started low. I was like, all right, let's go for it.
Do I get extra IP for that?
You do. There's 50 IP.
Yes!
No. But that's real life IP. That doesn't work towards Alley Cats. You get to use that as Ellen.
Oh, great. Yes, sweet.
I don't know how that works.
That was easy.
But hey, yeah, this is our weekly Cyberpunk Red gameplay we do right here, same place, same time for Syrinscape. Before I get into the team, a little mini recap, the current campaign, our missing player, all that sort of jazz. Let's back up for a moment. Let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online. And then introduce your character as well. Ellen, start it off.
Zap. Sorry. Feeling very theatre kitty this morning. I am Ellen, or Ellen K. Graham, if you follow me on Twitter. And honestly, you should. Otherwise, my mum won't be proud of me. That's right. I'm trying to get to 900. And maybe I'll get a pat on the back and a good job. My only daughter. But we'll see. You have to help me there. And if you follow me on Twitter, you get cool stuff in return, like my fun takes on who has the best Star Wars name. It's Salacious B. Crumb, by the way. I am also a creator.
Kit Fisto.
Sorry?
Kit Fisto, I'm sorry.
It sounds too much like a porn star name. But anyway. I'm also a creator and performer with the lovely Phil, who sits below me, for the award-nominated TTRPG variety podcast, Roll to Cast, that's ROLE. Each season is a different game system, so we've done Cyberpunk 2020, Red, Vampire the Masquerade, Pulp Cthulhu, Kids on Bikes, The Witcher. We're currently doing Avatar Legends. Have I missed anything out? Don't think so. But if you're playing along at home, send me the angry emails. We also do a monthly live stream where we've played other heaps of cool games. I'm sure Phil will elaborate. But yeah, subscribe to our podcast. And if you are already listening, rate it, like it, send it to a friend. That would be really good. On our YouTube channel, I also made a dice essay about gaming dice and how cool they are and how integral they are into storytelling and making a role-playing game a role-playing game. So check that out. I worked really hard. It's called Dice, a video essay on Rollcast's YouTube channel. And I am playing today Alley Katz, the rocker of your dreams.
Nice. Brandon.
I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando. And I feel like a villain wearing this outfit.
Because it's so ill?
It's the chilling like a villain. It's the illest. It's sick. It's lit. On fleek. Perfect. I don't know what any of this means anymore. But in a nutshell, that's me. I happen to be working on a novel right now called Solar Harvest of Souls, and I'm working on part 2 of that novel. Writing it not as we speak, but around this time when we speak. And you can find the current iteration up to the current place that it is on royalroad.com as Royal Road with R's, not like Yoil or anything like that. Just in case I say it weird. So yeah, that's it for me. And I play Rush, the fixer of your dreams, who also happens to have just reached Rollability 9.
Ooh.
That's right. That's right. I can tell you what that means,
Right
but I
enough.
feel like I've talked enough.
Yes. And you got some new partners you're in bed with. You've got some big things going on, some crazy things.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we'll get in that to a moment, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that. But yeah, Phil.
Hello, I'm Phil. I'm also part of Roll to Cast. I'm also on Twitter under @Scruff. That's SKKRUFF. And same here on Twitch if I ever start streaming again, which I promise I will. But like all my promises, that comes with a big asterisk. But yes,
That asterisk is free.
That's right. Free asterisk. But yeah, Roll to Cast. As Alan says, we're this variety podcast, but we also have a great YouTube channel with lots of Let's Play content from the past in there. This is also where we do our monthly live stream on the last weekend of every month, where our patrons vote on what game we're going to play. We've got a very, very special month coming up where we have a special guest, Doug Lewandowski, with Ellen hosting. So we'll be playing one of the Kids On games as chosen by our patrons. So we're very, very excited about that. So yeah, subscribe to, there you go, Kids On. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel to see that and all our previous live stream where we've played things like Mouse Guard, we've played Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It's different every time. Our specialty is that we can never settle on anything and we always play something different. If you do like what we do, you can support our Patreon for other little benefits like getting into a members area of our Discord, and some of our back catalogue of bonus content and stuff too. So it's really worth checking it out and checking out our YouTube channel as well. I will say second that Ellen's Dice Essay is super cool, and if you like H-Bomber Guy, then you'll probably like what she's done as well.
There is a lot of screaming.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of screaming, yes. And dice cocktails and all sorts of great things. But for today, I'm playing Bud, the solo of your dreams, who just went up to Combat Awareness 7.
Ooh, nice.
La-di-da.
Very cool.
Fancy.
Yeah, I like that everyone's using the IP, either increasing skills or ranks, things like that. It's always great to see the characters progress and then see them flex those skills and sort of new learnings in gameplay. Should be a lot of fun. That's really cool. And yeah, I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Check out Cybernation Uncensored on Twitch, on YouTube, anywhere you see social media. We have a really active Discord. There's a Twitter, Instagram. Like I said, anywhere you see Cybernation Uncensored, I would really appreciate a follow, a subscribe. I put out lots of gameplay, tutorials, different series, as well as we showcase other game masters, interviews, just all kinds of stuff. So check us out. Also, if you go to cybernationuncensored.com, you'll see there's lots of free assets there to help your gameplay, whether a game master or a player. Our Kickstarter I think we got like 10% more to ship out. Once those final supporters are sent out, then we're going to launch the official store to the public. So cybernationuncensored.com will have all those products that you might have been seeing, the magnetized minis with expansion packs, the different Cyberpunk Red style dice sets, the machine gun clip case, dice tower with tradable front panels with different catchphrases, just all kinds of stuff, and more merch coming as well. We're also working with other brands to do some licensing and other little merch partnerships and stuff. So definitely keep in touch, check us out. I would really appreciate that. But before you give any of us support, make sure you take a moment to show some love to Syrinscape. It's the reason we're here every week doing this. So please take a moment, grab the link to the Syrinscape Twitch channel and share it. tweet it out, put it on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that you're online. If you see a Discord that's into tabletop role-playing, you see any of us tweeting about the gameplay, please retweet it, share it around. We would really appreciate the support, and we're trying to grow the stream and bring as much attention to Syrinscape as possible. It's an amazing tool for your gameplay, whether you're using it across the internet like we do every week, or if you use it around the table in person. And it's a free trial. You can sign up for free and give it a try. I guarantee you're going to love it, whether you're a game master or player. So check that shit out. Get going with it. I know you're going to love it. So after you show some love to Syrinscape, let's get into our gameplay. Let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the characters, what's been going on. This is only session 3 of this interesting campaign. Welcome to Arasaka. Now, we had Brandon was missing, so Rush was missing. He had some family things to take care of, so we had a guest player. Then Rockette, who was playing Hades, as you see, she's been out for some sessions as well, taking care of some personal things and travel. So we've kind of juggled these campaigns. We've made it work. We've kind of leaned into some lore, some life path stuff, but ultimately some of these things are circling back from previous sessions. So make sure you check out all the previous seasons and sessions. The VODs are all on the Syrinscape YouTube. Ultimately, the team is out in Tokyo. They're with Arasaka because of Rush. In a previous session, they rescued an Arasaka operative during tracking down their buddy Pox. And because of that, Rush made a connection to Arasaka, Yorinobu, and the Hawk faction, the Taka faction, and basically they took him out there. He's been out there for only like a week or so while the team took care of some other things, but to him it's been like a year. Because he's been in some brain dance. He's got some information. He knows everything about Tokyo. He speaks fluent Japanese now. He knows about the Japanese culture, everything about Arasaka. In fact, he has extreme loyalty to Arasaka now. A little bit of brain dance, brainwashing happened, as well as possibly protect your soul. When Alley Cats got there and Bud got there, they went through the same ringer, and it seems like Bud is the only one that made it out, realizing that, hey, there was some brainwashing going on in this brain dance. It's not just teaching us about Japanese culture in Arasaka, like, that was weird. And I feel like they did a little protect your soul copying. There's some type of Ingram thing going on. I don't know. But Bud's the only one that knows. But he knows he's in a really sticky situation here because he's at one of the Arasaka faction headquarters. So he's playing along. He's playing it smart while Allie and Rush are leaning into it as well as they should. They've been through some things. They also got pricked by this weird gift that they were given during a ceremonial dinner. Apparently it said loyalty on it in Japanese. It was just a little bit of insurance, as Mr. Yinshaw, their handler, explained from Mr. Yorinobu. But yeah, that's, in a nutshell what they've been through. Check out the previous sessions to get all those great details. But let's dive in right where we left off. The team was basically told, look, we've got a bigger project, a bigger plan for you all. But first, let's just have you take care of something localized. Go take out this Victoria Shin. She's part of Asukaga and Meryl Asukaga and Finch. They're doing some partnership with one of the other factions of Arasaka, yeah, we just need this woman taken out. She's the CMO. She's basically doing some press conference at Harimakayu Gardens. She's talking about her partnership with Arasaka, new security system development, and investing their partners and client investments is partially into those projects. They had to make a scene. Take her out either prior, during, or after this speech, but make sure it's right around there and make sure it's known that it has something to do with this. Arasaka can't be involved. Obviously, it needs to make that message, but anonymously by people that aren't really known in Tokyo yet. So the team has handled that. They got creative. Alley Cat's placed some C6, a little mini explosive into the microphone by working some magic, acting like an employee of the sound crew. They infiltrated that place, working their way in. Rush and Bud were on the rooftop kind of checking it out, had to deal with security, convincing him that they're watching over things. And Rush, the woman Victoria, was giving her speech talking about they're investing in this and everything for safety and to increase Arasaka's productivity and reach globally. And everyone should feel safe with this partnership. And during those words, safe, Rush went to press the button to detonate this thing. And that's where we left off. So that's where we're going back. Let me bring up the Syrinscape City sounds just to kind of set the mood here. As we take it back to the scene, Alley Cat's basically stealthily kind of walked away from stage after everything's set up. She's making her way. You You see Kenji, the Arasaka operative Netrunner guy, out to help. He's out kind of in the crowd. He's been kind of scanning the cameras, making sure no one's getting caught on camera during this fiasco. Rush and Butter on the rooftop. Rush just heard the word safe come from Victoria during the speech and went to go click the button. Let's get Rush to do an athletics check to see if he misses the button. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, absolutely. Rush clicks the button, and within a second, you hear the loudest explosion. And within a microsecond of that explosion, before the microphone itself becomes shrapnel and explodes, there's just a nanosecond where the sound system still was active in the microphone as it picks up a fraction of this explosion as it echoes and repeats out the speakers. It just goes and just goes right into the loudest amount of feedback, blaring across the park as you see the entire crowd like freaking out and covering their ears. You see the sound guy freaking out, messing with the knobs as the sound goes back to silent, and it's just a weird change from this huge echoing explosion and feedback to now the crowd screaming in panic, just scattering from the park as you see the media and everyone filming and kind of talking and frantically going around the stage. You see security kind of run up onto the stage from backstage where they were by her vehicle as Victoria Shaw takes the brunt of the explosion. I would like to, first off, Alley Cats, give me a demolitions check. Keeping in mind, this is going to be easy. She's right up on the microphone. This isn't going to say she doesn't take damage. This is going to determine how much of the 8d10 I lay there. So keep in mind,
Okay.
you have luck, and I believe someone already awarded a +2 if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I did ask to clarify, BB, but didn't reply. Is that meant to be a -2?
Oh, it was a -2. Okay. Well, maybe that was for me. Maybe.
I think maybe we should wait for clarity.
Oh, look.
But Bronx gave us a
Bronx Smash has your back.
You have a -2, Rob, and we have a +2.
Good. Well, I'm not using the -2. This isn't contested. This is just an easy DV. And to determine how much of the damage. But you got a couple +2s there. Look, Raven, Adana, Trace, Cuervo gave you a +2 just like Bronx. And you have luck. I'm just recommending this might be important. I don't know. But let's go for it. Give me that demolition.
I've also got my sight, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna use my luck.
Gotta use my luck.
My luck. Let's hope this blows her head off. And let's give her 13.
Nice. The easy DV was 13. So now let's go with Rush. Why don't you give me 8d10 as far as the damage, since you pulled the trigger based on Allie's setup. Just give me an 8d10. Let me know what it is.
Alright, this will be fun.
You used 2 in demolitions. That's awesome.
Hey, welcome, Rufio. No, you did not miss the explosion. Just went off. Crazy feedback to the system, messing up everyone's ears in the crowd as it deafens down from the sound guy, and everyone's panicking, scattering, screaming as media's recording and filming. You see Victoria taking some damage here. Alley-Cat's demolitions looked like it was dead on her face. Let's get Rush to give that 8d10. Wow. Yeah, you basically decapitated Victoria Shaw with this explosion. Her head ultimately pops. I don't know if you've seen the show The Boys, but it's very similar in that sense as the entire stage as well takes damage within a 10-meter radius going back. You see the 2 security guards running up on stage kind of stop as they're sliding in just blood and brain matter, viscera. Half of the stage is kind of collapsed in as they're stumbling down, scattering to what remains of Victoria's body. The crowd is screaming and freaking out. You see media filming and everything. Why don't, Bud, you give me a perception, since you were looking out too.
Sure. Do you want me to take humanity loss for seeing that magnified through my scope?
No,
we've
it's okay.
seen scanners.
Yeah, you guys have seen a lot of violence. The only time I really pressed on that if it's like something unusual, a unique form of it, or something within your team or family or things like that, like when Hades went out of normal before. Yeah, it was a little offsetting, you know. Oh, great perception. You see all this go down as described. The other thing that you notice is on either end of the street, those 2 Tokyo PD officers look back. You see one kind of like radioing in, and he jumps into his cruiser, and he's like backing up and kind of U-turning like he's trying to head to the back of the stage. He has his lights on. You see the other PD at the other end of the road, just kind of like stop, back up, open up his door. You see him pull out a rifle, and he's kind of like you see him like looking out amongst the whole park, amongst the buildings, like he's just kind of scanning the area. The third thing that you notice, other than what I've already described, is Kenji in the crowd. You see Kenji at one moment covering his ears and going like this, and he's like backing up, and he's like kind of leaving with the crowd, kind of in the same direction Alley Cast was going, like towards the west side of the park.
Making a move
but
out.
you can tell he, as well as most of the crowd, possibly took some serious ear damage from what happened. But that's what you see.
Sorry.
But like, you know, but Ali and Kenji seem to be sort of fleeing with the crowd. Yeah, I mean, I'll stay here and cover them until I feel like everyone's clear.
Okay, but Rush, what are you doing up there?
Well, I'm pocketing the button.
Good idea.
So, hey, that worked really well.
Yeah,
everybody on?
Message sent.
Is everyone okay?
Yep, making my way out.
All right.
There's no response from Kenji.
We'll meet you at the pickup point.
Yeah.
Allie, what are you doing? You're kind of heading in that direction towards the pickup point, the side street on the edge of the park. Yeah, I'll streamline. You make your way over there to meet Kenji. You see Rocky in the tinted out SUV. He just nods for everyone to get in. You see Kenji hop in the back. I imagine you hop in. You hop in, and he kind of pulls up towards the corner of the park where the Tokyo PD kind of left his guard to pull down. As you see him with his lights on pulling to the back of the stage and hop out as he runs up to security. You see them all talking and yelling, and he's kind of like looking out. Rocky pulls up there and just says, I don't see your boys, and he gets on the comm. Bud and Rush, you both hear Rocky, and he says, are we heading down? I'm ready to roll out.
Well, if they're secure, we'll leave our posts. Down in 5. Okay, I'm gonna pack up my rifle. It's a very nice sniper rifle. I'm ashamed I didn't get to use it. That's okay. Just insurance. And then I guess
Free rifle, right?
the two of us head out of the apartment building, down from the roof, jump in the elevator. And I guess if we can take back streets to the rendezvous point and not through the chaos, that's the way we'll go.
Okay. Yeah, give me a stealth check. And Allie, you can give me a stealth check as well. This will be a group thing.
You're right.
It was an accident, I swear. Yours made up for it. You're just hiding behind me is what you're doing.
31.
I got a 12.
Nice. Yeah,
It's the hat.
Yeah, Rush, as you're making your way back, and you see, okay, cool, and Allie, nice. Yeah, as you make your way to the corner, you see the security guys come out of the front of that particular building, and even with the low kind of stealth, it's from Rush, it's covered by Bud, and the distraction that's going out just by a sort of lucky stealth sort of thing with Allie as an assist, just to see how it was going to play out those NPCs. But yeah, it kind of clears the way. They go out front to see what the hell just happened. Clearing the way for you to make your way down the back, the sort of employee entrance. No one's even noticing. Every bit of attention is going out front. That loud noise echoed throughout part of Tokyo because of the PA system, let alone the explosion and the aftermath of chaos. But you make your way out, you make your way over to the corner of the park, able to hop into the vehicle with Rocky and everyone else as he makes his way back to Arasaka. I'll let you all discuss things as you get in. You notice Kenji just kind of like shaking his head.
Hey, you all right there, Kenji?
I do not hear, I can't, what? I do not hear you! You notice he's talking really loud.
Yeah, I think he was too close to the explosion, maybe.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure Sokka can get you new ears.
Yeah, if...
Just about his implants turned up.
We can technically, like, write on our agents, right? Similar to a phone. I'll just like type out. You had ear damage due to the explosion. We're heading back to Arasaka now. They can fix your ears.
Things worked.
I'm sure that they can.
Little too well. Things worked. Like in his broken English, he's talking to everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make your way back to Arasaka. Takes you into the private parking underneath as you're let out up into the elevators. Rush's full access pass gets you back up into where you need to go. And as you get into the building, you're greeted by Anzu. Anzu is basically right outside of the elevator. And he just looks at you. He looks happy. No human perception check to be made. His eyes are wide. That was very well. Everyone is very happy. Let me take you to the debriefing immediately.
Excellent.
Great. By the way, Kenji is having some hearing difficulty. He was a bit too close to the blast.
Okay, 1 second. He gets on his pad, sends some messages. I mean, within seconds, you see a couple of their Arasaka workers, one looking like a med tech or something, come and escort him away. Looks like they'll be taking care of him. As well as it looks like, another escort. It looks like security comes up to Anzu, as Anzu and the security escort all of you into a huge conference room. It looks like a different conference room than the ones that you've been in before Rush. Definitely different than your sort of lounge, half-conference media room that you all have been using as well. But this one is more like a big sort of intel war room, like one of those things you'd see out of a movie, you know? A huge table, a bunch of men in suit around it, kind of talking in Japanese, broken English. It looks like a couple Americanized people also in this mix. Around the table you see some hologram sort of drop windows around the table with all kinds of news reports. You're seeing live feeds as well as repeated feeds and social media feeds, all basically about the park. You're seeing Victoria Shin's head explode on multiple different news outlets. You see different censored versions, uncensored versions. Just it's going viral, obviously. Everyone's looking that over. You see a row of Netrunners on one side of the room. This room's large, but as you come in, you also see that there's Mr. Yinshaw and Yorinobu in this room. Both are there. They're at the end of the table. And when you come in, Mr. Yinshaw says something to Yorinobu as he sits down at the table, and Yinshaw addresses you and just says, this was very well done. We gave Rush authority over his team, and he vouched for you all, and we were not disappointed. He looks over towards one of the Netrunners on the sidewall and kind of nods. And Rush, you hear your agent kind of ping go off. Everyone can kind of hear it through the internal communicators if you're still synced up with Rush. And Rush, you basically you see 10K worth of credits appear in your account.
You don't think
I just imagine that's his notification sound.
I was thinking it was a whip crap.
Oh yeah, that would be good too.
It's both. It's definitely both. Rawhide. No, I don't know. We just keep. We're gonna add to it every session. Yeah, every session we add in, it just keeps getting longer. But no, ultimately that payment goes through. 10K Rush you see appear on that, as Mr. Yinshaw goes on to say, "Why don't you spend time, go relax, spend time in your lounge with each other. We'll discuss the next steps very soon." He looks over towards the door as your attention is kind of drawn. Anzu walks back over to the door, opening it, kind of gesturing for you to leave. As you see two more security operatives step in, and Anzu says they'll be taking the supplies at this time. As they're reaching out and kind of taking back any of the supplies that you did not use, meaning that obviously C6 is gone, but he does take the sniper back. Any other weapons that you had to use for the gig are taken back at this point.
Yeah, I'll hand back the bribe money.
I didn't even get to fire it.
Yeah, can he have one sympathy fire? Just like, is there a shooting range?
Point out somebody you don't like, okay?
And Anzu says, "Don't worry, bud. There will be plenty of opportunity for you to take shots for Arasaka. I guarantee it.
I'm only joking. Nobody seems to get what I'm anyway.
Maybe it's your stone cold emotions. You're hard to read, bud.
That's what my girlfriend says.
But Anzu, he escorts you up to the lounge, welcoming you back into the lounge. You're familiar with the bar, the snacks, the food, the drinks, the TV that's hooked up to Mikoshi. You basically have access to information. You can relax here. Good seating, controlled environment. Feels safe, feels comfortable. But he welcomes you back in and says, I'll be back with the next steps very soon, as Mr. Yinshaw explained. Thank you. He leaves.
Well, this has been quite the holiday.
Did you happen to look over my shoulder or anything when I got that ping?
No.
10K, everybody. So I guess we'll split that amongst us.
Yeah. Do we know how long it's going to be in between missions? They definitely want us to stay here, right?
For now, yeah. But I have no idea what the plan is.
Not to meta too much, but a little side info that Rush would know at this point is that, Arasaka, they gave you, like he said, authority on picking your team. You vouched that this is the team you want to use for things. That's why they took them out to Tokyo, put them through the ringer. And then this was just like a little trial thing that they wanted you to pull off here in Tokyo to prove you could kind of do something for them, that everything worked in the brain dance, that you would pull this off. And then Rush, like there is a bigger project that they need help with somewhere in Night City. There's something going on there, obviously, because they've already told you that they're putting you up in a mansion over there and they're covering your expenses, and like they want to send you back to Night City, but
Okay, so this was kind of a test, and they seem very happy. As far as I know, the next stop's going to be Night City.
And I wanted to go to Akihabara and get some figurines for my collection.
No, I definitely want to go home as quickly as we can, and if the job's in Night City, that's even better. Hopefully, we can just get back quickly. Not that it's not nice here and everything. There's just business.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to keep it light. I know you're worried.
Yeah. Well, I should probably tell you. I didn't want to say anything because we all had our this job. It's really important, and I figured no sense in distracting you, but I think Hades has taken a turn for the worse.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was told by Dr. Smith.
Well, if he can't do what we tasked him with, he's gonna have me to answer to when we get back.
That's sweet, but I mean, this shit happens, right?
Well, not to our friends, it doesn't.
At this point, Anzu opens back up the lounge room door. He's standing in the doorway on his iPad. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt so soon. I didn't think that we would be ready at this point. We weren't sure exactly how far along this would take or what would happen. But long story short, we took care of some things in appreciation, and by Rush's request, we would like to reunite you with your friend, Miss Hades." And then he refers to Minji Jin, Miss Minji Hades Jin, as he backs up from the doorway, and you see Hades enter the lounge, and Anzu just bows out and leaves and closes the door, and all of a sudden Hades is right here in the room. She just entered.
Wow! Who
Damn!
Lady DeVille.
Y'all look, I don't know, like someone pooped on your cereal.
Well, somebody just scooped it out.
And then I'll run and just embrace Hades. You're such a jerk, you know that?
I know. Why are you mad at me this time, though? I haven't even been here.
Because
Hey,
know,
do
what do you-
anything. And Bud's over here talking about scooping poop out of cereal. I don't know. There's a lot happening right now.
What do you remember? Not from the beginning of.
Oh. Well, when we met, you know, I believe that was a while ago, but we met through Rush.
No, I mean
My
from
name
the
is
the car
Hades.
park,
Oh.
taking down Mr.
let's
Nice Guy,
see.
whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah. Ew, that was a lot of blood.
Yeah, techno.
Yeah, try not to dwell on it too much. That's kind of what set this whole thing off. Look her in the see if she's got that crazy glint.
And yeah, well, first off, Hades, the last thing you do remember is the parking garage, fighting Techno Destructo. You're not exactly sure how that ended. You don't remember jumping on him and, stabbing him or clawing him or biting him to death and stuff after he was kind of on death saves. You just remember fighting Techno Destructo was kind of the last thing, and then you woke up here at Arasaka, as we discussed in chat before.
I remember all of you and that beautiful giant robot woman were fighting that thing.
Yeah. You got a touch of the psychosis. We had to put you under for like a few days.
Bud, Hades goes over and like slaps him on the arm. Oh, you're such a card.
I'm just gonna look at
Imagine me, a psycho.
cast like a glance at like Allie, like
I think she's gonna
Okay.
make like this is not funny. We shouldn't entertain this.
yeah, it's not like a ha-ha, it's like a
Yeah. Yeah.
uh-oh.
I mean, we don't have to dwell on it, Hades, but he's not joking. We had to go through some serious stuff to get you to Dr. Smith and go through that.
So, did you guys not beat that guy?
No, we beat him, but we just thought... I thought... It looks like we were gonna lose you, okay? So... That's never gonna happen again. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. Always.
You worry so much, and she's just gonna like boop Allie's nose.
Ugh. This is so frustrating. But I'm glad to have you back.
And Hades is gonna kind of look at Rush and Bud. And you?
More than glad. Just sorry. It's just been a crazy week. Bring it here, and you get a big butt hug.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like as if it were an anime. You'd see the weird shiver go all the way up. A butt hug? You don't hug people.
Yeah, I've been known.
Butt hug is a strangulation. Anyway, well, if you two really miss directing this at Rush and Bud, if you two really missed me, you'd give me some muffins. Stat.
We can get you muffins, I promise.
They're good too. You know where you are.
I have a vague idea based on all the Japanese I've seen around and all the Japanese people and, everyone speaking in Japanese.
And you're very aware, Hades does know she, well, the thing with Hades, she knows where she is because last she remembers was in that parking garage fighting Techno Destructo. She has no idea other than Allie explaining, like, you went psycho, we had to put you under, trying to fix you, Dr. Smith, it wasn't looking good. Then all Hades knows is, and then I woke up here in Arasaka out of a brain dance, and a doctor basically explained to me that I was, about gone from cyber psychosis as well, but you just don't remember it. But apparently they fixed you up and you're out of it, but you absolutely know everything about Arasaka, the sort of history of it, and as we discussed, how this is the faction that you're working for, and in the brain dance, you basically got all that information.
I mean, I don't remember what happened right before, I went offline for a little bit, but I do feel like I woke up with more brain things than when I went to sleep.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if you know where we are, you know that Arasaka can probably get us the best muffins you've ever had. So.
Yeah. I just don't want any that have any poison or anything like that. I mean, I know they wouldn't do it to us, but I mean, if you guys are going, not that I don't trust you. You know, I know you can spot a muffin, but I don't know that I would really call you connoisseurs necessarily. No, I mean, no offense or anything.
There's no offense taken, but you could pick out whatever muffins you wanted here. They've got like a full spread. It's honestly like a dream job.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, Arasaka and the Hawk people are all really pretty cool.
Oh, God.
And yeah, Rush, Bud, Alley Cats, give me a human perception. And Hades, why don't you give me a human perception as a sort of contested, sort of just to set the DV on what I'm thinking here.
Oof. I thought Myro was bad.
Not just that.
A 12, a 9, and a 10.
What a contest.
Yeah. Ultimately, when Hades mentions, like, you know, and glad to be here with Arasaka, good old Arasaka, like, Bud, you're not getting a good read on it. You know, it just seems normal from after what you know the brain dance does. You know, with propaganda stuff. But Allie and Rush, you're kind of getting the feeling like that was a little bit sarcastic.
Don't listen to Bud. He's just being a bit of a party pooper.
Well, he was talking about poop earlier, so I'm not surprised.
Just maintaining a healthy skepticism. I know Arasaka are treating us very well.
But I mean, where has skepticism got us so far, Bud? Hades nearly died. We've been struggling and scrimping, and I'm just excited to have the person I care about most back in a place where we could actually do a nice job, get a nice kind of deal and salary. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go off at you, Bud. That was uncalled for.
And Hades, based on that human perception, the one thing that you notice out of all of them is that Bud doesn't seem the same as Allie and Rush. He actually seems like he's not brainwashed. Fade to flashback. Maybe rarely done in a live stream tabletop role-playing game, but now we go to a flashback. All of a sudden, you see Hades in that same brain dance room with the medtech and assistant. You see Anzu standing there, the same one Allie and Bud were in. All of a sudden, you see one of the isolation tanks open up as Hades steps out of it, little bit surprised that she's all of a sudden in Tokyo. Hades, last thing you remember is that you were in that parking garage fighting. Now all of a sudden you're waking up, you're in Tokyo, you have the knowledge of Arasaka. You absolutely know that this brain dance, like, it feels like you're in there for months, but it could have only been days, if not hours. And yet you have all this knowledge about the Taka faction. You know that, like, the information there about Arasaka and the history of what happened Fourth Corporate War till now not only gives you the information about Arasaka and all those things I mentioned in previous sessions that the other team went through. Anybody wants to watch the VODs? But you also see through the brainwash. There was absolute propaganda interlaced in this brain dance, and it did a protect your soul copy of your personality and soul sort of thing, the whole protect your soul engram. You know that it made a copy of you in the system. You know that it tried to implant propaganda into you. Yet you came out of this thing also knowing the power, the level, the severity of situation you're in. You know you're in the heart of this faction of Arasaka, and although you know what just kind of happened, you also know that, like, you have to play along or it could really end badly. But let's just role play that a little bit as you come out of the brain dance, knowing all these things. And the medtech, Anzu's there. The medtech says some things in Japanese. Does Hades know Japanese?
Yes, Hades is actually Japanese.
Nice,
and
perfect.
speaks fluent Japanese, but I, Rockette Fox, do not, just as a heads up.
Yeah, I don't either, so we're both going to fake this. So yeah, as you come out of it, you see, damn it!
Man.
But no, as you come out of it, you basically see the medtech, Anzu standing there, and you have knowledge kind of them too. You have like a light Arasaka employee knowledge, like you know about Arasaka, you know. But when you come out, the medtech says to you in Japanese, like, how are you feeling? Is everything okay?
Hades will kind of throw herself toward him and grab onto the front of his shirt. What was his name again? Anzu?
Anzu's the assistant, yes.
Anzu! What year is it?
Well, you're in 2045. Or I think our game was in 2046. 2046.
I went back in time! Oh my god!
No. Yeah, 2046. He gives you the exact date. He says, you should be aware, you're in the Taka Hawk faction of Arasaka, the one true faction to rights of the Arasaka throne and international operations. Are you aware of all this? Are you feeling okay?
Well, I mean, even if I weren't, I probably could have guessed. She's going to point over to the wall where there's like one of many hawks just in gold, engraved, just all over the place.
Oh, okay, very well. Well,
yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I do. If I could have, pictures of myself everywhere, I would definitely do that too. But yeah, I'm for the most part feeling okay. Do you have anything to eat around here? I feel like I haven't eaten in days because I probably haven't eaten in days.
Of course. We'll take you to the medical floor. Let's get you examined. Let's make sure everything is in line and okay. You've been through some things over the past week. We'll be able to give you a recap shortly. We can even reunite you with your team. They're all out here and awaiting to reunite with you. I'm sure they'll be happy to see that you're okay.
You mean they're here? They're here, you say?
Oh, yes. They're actually on a mission.
All of them? Allie's here too?
All of them. They're on a mission right now.
What kind of mission? Was this a dangerous mission? What are you doing to these people?
I'm sure you'll be updated very soon. Let's get you taken care of.
Oh, thank goodness. And kind of as they're walking to the next place, she's just gonna be like, man, it was really touch and go, but I knew after all this stuff I've learned that Hawk could do it. I mean, if anybody could, I really have you guys to thank for my life.
Exactly. I'm glad that you have loyalty and everything worked out the way it should. Thank you so much. And now, back to present time. Now that everyone has a little insight to what Hades went through. That's for chat. That's for cinematic purposes. That's for the game as whole. But I know that our players here, not speaking to Allie, but in Rush, but rather Ellen, Phil, and Brandon, I know you guys are all high-caliber players, role players, props, So don't forget, role play your character properly, knowing what you think Hades is like versus what actually is going on. And it's ironically kind of worked out to where Hades knows Bud is kind of the only other one. But I think it didn't work out, and Bud has no idea, So everyone kind of still has a fishy feeling about Bud. But Hades knows that Bud seems to be the only other one not brainwashed. And Allie and Rush, Hades, you got to get the feeling like, they kind of fell for that brainwash thing. How am I going to get, like that's crazy. So let's role play. You're in that situation. That's what's going on. But back to the room.
So the room layout. This is a lounge room. What else do we have? Beverages.
Oh yeah, access. Yeah, there's a full bar, snack sort of automated like vendit that's embedded in one of the walls, as well as a holographic TV on the whole other side of wall that's tapped into a fraction of Makoshi, which is kind of unheard of. But they still have fragmented internet here through Arasaka, so they can access all kinds of information as well. So it's a pretty pimped out lounge. It's also atmosphere controlled. You have lush couches and seating arrangements, tables, like anything you can think of is pretty much in here or you can get access to.
Partial internet. I can play my games! But Hades is gonna go over to the food area. Who else is gonna eat? I'm hungry!
There are muffins.
Yeah, chuck me something.
Go easy.
Well, come over and pick it out! You always hate when I pick for you. She's just gonna start piling everything onto a tray, a plate, a golden gilded plate.
Absolutely.
The back of a turtle.
Yeah, the back of a giant extinct turtle that is somehow alive right now.
Aww.
Where is everybody? Did they come over by me? Who's by me? Where are you all standing?
I think I would sidle up next to Hades as a kind of way to try and initiate a conversation away from the rest of the group.
Rest of the group? Question
But
mark?
I'm on the couch. I'm smoking.
classic.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't smoke in here.
You're not supposed to.
What are they gonna do?
Rush.
I will read the
Really?
room and wait a little bit so that you guys can have your time alone.
What was your human perception again?
Well,
Mine
Yeah,
was
you-
a 15.
You had the highest one, so that tracks.
He would. So, whilst Allie is standing next to Hades and Hades is taking food, takes some muffins, takes some croissants, takes some jelly, takes a little glass, or you know those little doodads of sauce.
Yeah.
Let's say for funsies, it's a barbecue sauce of some kind.
Sure.
She'll pick it up and just like, as if Allie were standing to Hades' left, she's gonna
Yeah.
go, "Oh no! Allie, you have sauce all over you! We better get this cleaned up." And so she's gonna kind of start just pulling her to where a bathroom is, which may be attached to the room, maybe in the hall, question mark.
Yeah, no, there's facilities in the room. You can access the bathroom from the lounge.
Did you
She
just
kind of
throw a sauce
pushes
at me?
Allie into the bathroom. No,
Whoa.
pee! And then she's just to Rush and Bud. Don't even come over by here. And she goes in the door.
Over to Bud and Rush. What's the reaction as you see Hades pull Allie into the bathroom covered in
Please
sauce and kind of look
throw
back to you
sauce
like,
on
"Don't
me."
come in here," and closes the bathroom door. What's Rush and Bud doing?
I was about to go get some onigiri. I don't know what's going on.
Girl stuff, I guess.
Once again, always going to the bathroom together.
I know, right?
I was hoping this
What?
conversation would make a sequel.
The second coming.
What are they doing
I mean,
there?
Do you want to go and talk at the urinal or?
I'm okay. Thanks though.
It's about the journey.
I thought I'd offer.
Yeah, no, I mean it's of course, it's the first time anyone's ever offered. Maybe later. I'll take a rain check.
Yeah. What do you think they'll have us doing in Night City? You got any info on that, or are you just in the dark as we are?
No, I'm in the dark there too. But for good reason, I'm sure.
Yeah, always for good reason.
And back over to Hades and Allie. Yeah, Hades just pulling Allie into the bathroom. Allie asking, like, "Did you just throw sauce on me?"
Oh no! Your shirt is filled with sauce for some unexplainable reason.
Is this your way of wanting to talk privately?
Maybe.
Oh God, why am I so nervous to say this?
Allie! It was so bad. It was so scary back there.
Yeah,
Listen.
I know.
I mean, I know we don't talk about things, we haven't really. So, Hayes kind of just turns around and gonna lean on a wall, a trash can, whatever is nearby.
Are you gonna anime wall me?
Listen. She, I guess maybe a sink. She'll kind of lean back on it, as if sitting on something, but not quite. Yeah. Allie, I know we never really talked about anything after what happened with Persephone. I mean, it was so sudden, I didn't expect that. And if she hadn't been getting stuff for my birthday party, she might not have been over there.
Yeah.
Well, and anyway, and you were there, but
Ladies,
but just hang on.
sorry, I won't interrupt.
Listen, ever since then, you know, we never really talked about anything. And, you know, I mean, you may or may not have noticed I may have gone a little extreme on certain things. But, you know, I guess I didn't really think about, like, the fact that you were still here, you know? I mean, it was just always that Persephone was gone. And, you know, and it did... She's gonna lean over to Allie. It did feel like a longer time than a few days when I was in that thing, and, you know, and I kept looking around and stuff, and, you know, I couldn't find Rush, and I couldn't find Bud, but I couldn't find you. And that was really scary, you know?
No, you said, yeah, it was like I wasn't here, and you're not wrong. After Percy, after they died, I wasn't for a really long time. I don't ever want to feel like that, because I went from having a home, you two, to then losing it, and I thought if it felt like that, well, I just wouldn't ever put myself out there. I wouldn't really feel anything. I would be loved by others and never feel that way towards anyone again. I'd rather cut that out.
I mean, Allie, you know that the dance and stuff, those people don't love you. And then Allie's gonna lean over right by Allie's ear. But I do.
I love you too.
I know. I heard you say that.
Oh my god, you jerk!
What? No, it's not. I'm not a jerk. You're a jerk. For saying that I'm a jerk.
I didn't realize that you remembered anything coming out.
I mean, I didn't remember a lot of things, and I didn't eat, so that is like a point for me.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna pull out a muffin. I'm gonna put it in Hades' mouth, and I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, you guys.
Before Allie can do that, she pulls out the muffin. Hades' gonna slap it away, and then she's gonna plant one right on Allie.
Yeah!
Right on her face.
Yeah. Hey.
Is this
also catch the muffin as it falls with her hand behind her back.
Nice. I'll take
It's not punch, just in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a kiss.
Yeah.
No. She
Yeah, give me a 2d6 damage.
It's not. She doesn't sneak through punches.
Can we add a love damage mechanic to the game?
Yeah.
My heart.
But no, let's take it back to that moment at least. Hades, kind of grabs the muffin out of your hand, knocking it out of the way as she pulls you in and plants one on you.
It would be way more romantic than that.
Yeah.
That's
reciprocal.
something I
Question
wanted
mark? Hades is not. Let me put it to you this way. Hades is not giving a peck.
Yeah. That's something I've wanted to do for a really long time.
So, might one say that when you speak of home and having a home, if one were to look at that from the manner of biblically speaking a home, and things that you might write on your profile or anything like that,
It's with
you know
you,
what I mean?
Hades. You're
So,
my home.
even in the official sense is what I'm hearing right now.
You want me to write something down?
I mean,
Okay. Grab if there's some
Maybe
basically,
Allie put something on her garden page or
towns.
something. Yeah. What?
Just I love you, Hades, you idiots, forever. I will always be yours. I'm gonna kiss it. I'm gonna hand it to Hades. That's
gonna look.
it.
Mm-hmm. This does appear to be your handwriting, yes. And then she's gonna chuck open the door,
like it's gonna slam open, and she's gonna be like, "We're getting married!"
Let's take our 5-minute bio break right there. So yeah, the door opens with Hades yelling, "We're getting married!" And you see Bud and Rush like, "What the?" And let's take our 5-minute bio break right there. Don't anybody in chat go anywhere. I'm going to leave the mics hot. We'll be right back.
We are going to need that operator 9 to plan this wedding.
I was gonna say.
We'll get all the free chocolate in the world. Can you even imagine?
Thank God we've got a fixer. We've got a chocolate connection. Bud and Rush still nowhere closer to figuring out what ladies do in the bathroom.
No, but if they do it enough, eventually they get married. That's pretty good.
I don't know, your lipstick's looking pretty smudged, so...
I can't do
but I'm
it for
not
the
that bad.
screen. Damn, this
I wear
smudge-proof
unmovable. I wear smudge-proof lipstick.
Oh, okay.
As do I, yeah. Otherwise
Yeah,
I'd do it for the...
In fiction, in movies, right, you come out, your hair's slightly tousled, like,
Yeah.
you got that look in your eye.
You
This
wouldn't
is
even
tech
need.
hair.
You wouldn't even need that at this point. Hades is like, we made out and we're getting married.
You know, to be honest, I was more thinking like girlfriends. But
That's-
sure, Allie's ride or die.
I mean, that's the level that's at. But Hades just decided. She just decided to push that a little bit in her own.
Absolutely.
In her own.
So good.
I think it's the thing where it's like, well, hey, why not?
Life's
Like-
short. You don't know.
Yeah. Short and brutal, yeah, might as well.
Absolutely. Very short for an Netrunner.
And
Oh,
think
God.
of
Sometimes
our
a balcony can happen.
What's that?
Sometimes a balcony railing can happen. You never know.
Never know.
It's my
Oh,
kryptonite.
I hope
Alright,
one day,
BRB.
maybe season 53, when Rob decides to kill us all off, he does it with a balcony.
Just it's actually a living balcony that opens its maw and like just swallows us all in.
Yeah.
We
or
got
it's
mimics
funny-
now.
Yeah. I always knew those shits would come back.
I mean, yeah.
Back
the real
in vogue, back in
when you have money, it turns out you can really just make any eldritch horror. at
Oh
your
my
fingertips.
god. That makes me think though, like if for some reason or another actually did have the kind of money in this sort of a world,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would probably make one. Like
A mimic? You would make a mimic?
yeah. Instead of having a crocodile pit around the house, I could just have everything be a mimic. The doormat, the doorknob, the door itself.
How would you move through the house?
Well, they'd know who I am.
You're the one that
Oh my
feeds them.
god! You're gonna
I
fool you.
created them and I can destroy them just as easily.
This is how every villain sounds in all of those movies, where it's like, I will summon the demon, and then the demon like takes them out. It's like, wait, what? No, you were meant to
you were
kill.
supposed to be on my side.
Yeah, you were meant to kill all humans except for me.
We were
So
going to
why
have
would you-
fun. We were going to have a picnic after this.
All right, I've got to also use the loot and maybe
I
grab a
should
breakfast.
too.
Who knows?
Food.
Food is a great idea. By the way, everyone out there, if you haven't subscribed to Syrinscape's YouTube channel, definitely check it out, because if you like relaxing soundscapes and that sort of thing, they've been dropping some lately that are, I think, like 3 hours long. Just something you can listen to while you work. It's great for writing or, you know, just anything that you're doing. I highly recommend it. Next night market is a wedding. Yeah, could be. And now I can do midnight markets too. So have the wedding in the midnight market, and only exclusive people can get in. Rush is going to need a bridesmaid's dress. Yeah, just as long as it works with the hat, you know? Bronx Smash, great for writing those novels. Yeah, I do stuff like that, and also I've got some playlist of my own on Spotify named Sola Inspiration for the novel. So, and that's public; anybody can look that up. But it's full of cyberpunky music that I found from all over. Lose the hat. Oh man, it's the bald guy in a dress then.
That's right. Syrinscape. It's a red wedding. Oh, I should have read that before I started saying it out loud. I mean, everyone else might die at the wedding. As far as I recall, the actual bride and groom did not pass away at the red wedding. It was all the guests.
I think that's how that went. It's been a while.
I think we're in the clear.
You're good.
Team shirts. I might have a new shirt to add to the collection.
Oh yeah?
As of I think it was meant to be delivered today. Maybe that's what my dog was barking at. Who knows? I didn't see any package at the door. But yes, there might be a new Syrinscape team Cyberpunk shirt that I may have created.
Really?
Maybe. Well, I'm gonna head up to PAX in October.
PAX Unplugged?
I don't know. I guess.
The one that's in Philadelphia?
No.
Who's to say whether it's plugged in or not?
No, this event is definitely plugged.
They said it was unplugged, but the lights are on, and I am disappointed.
Yeah, there's no wireless stuff happening in this PAX. It's in Australia. Yeah, it's the one in Melbourne.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So,
not to bring down the mood.
No, I was just like, oh, that's exciting.
Oh, I mean, I would love to come over and visit at some point, you know, and actually hang out with some of my TTRPG mates. But it's a long way away. I don't know.
Hey, man. Brandon, Here For You is in Canada. That's not helping me.
That's true. Yeah.
I have actually always wanted to go to Canada to go to clown school or clown farm. So who knows? Maybe if I make that happen.
We have a clown farm?
Absolutely.
Brandon, where have you been?
Although it might.
I drove by a cow farm once.
Yeah, it's like that.
There were no clowns.
Just with clowns.
Free-range clowns.
Oh no! I think perhaps the clown farm might have closed.
What? Oh no! Was it the plague?
No. I think it was just like over years lack of funding and because it was basically run by this one guy, John Turner, and you know, he and his wife had some medical things. So then, and because it's just the two of them running it, they had to take a break and.
Individually run stuff is so hard. Like,
it is,
especially for stuff like that.
And like clown work, so my clown teacher went to Clown Farm, and went back twice, learned so much, because you kind of just need that time to you know, the theory of clowning we do requires you to make 7 masks. You know, every color of the rainbow has a different kind of feeling or emotion or move, maybe the way it moves or the imagery. So you have all the colors and then you make all these masks and then you put different colors on the mask. And basically all of these masks that you make with these different characters in the end, form your one clown.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a lot of like really heavy kind of emotional and psychological work. And you do kind of just need to be a bit obsessed with it by a while, and because it's on a farm, like, it was great for studying because you had no outside interaction. It was just like people who were all working on their own little clowns.
You're just slowly going crazy.
You're just slowly going crazy with a bunch of clowns. But John Turner, the head of that school, does still teach clowns, so yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll still head up anyway.
Who's a clown?
Canada? It's a big place.
You are! No, I'm sorry, that was uncalled for.
I was talking about Clown Farm in Canada. Do you know about Clown Farm, Phil?
It's where they grow the clowns, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where you learn to milk, feed, and care for clowns.
A man with a rake, you know, it ain't much, but it's honest work. Reaping the clowns.
Rainbow poop.
What would you plant to grow a clown? Just like a red nose?
Surely just like fairy floss or something. Or... Yeah, actually the
plant a red nose, or plant like a honky horn.
Well, the red nose probably, because like
that's the last part.
That's the heart of the clown.
Yeah.
It's like a pumpkin, like a clown car, that grows above the ground, and then it bursts open, and all these clowns fall out.
I thought you were saying the clown forms above the ground. I was like, that sounds horrifying. Just like, well, it's got another leg today.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably more like a carrot where you see, like a rainbow or curly.
You just see,
and you just pull it off, and it's a whole clown.
Oh no!
And Rufio started listening to Adelaide by Night.
Yeah.
A fun fact: you can actually look up all those locations because they're all real. It's all based on actual town. Yeah.
Oh yeah, prep. All right, and we are back. Everyone can see us and hear us.
Oh.
Rockette in true fashion, back to where it needs to be. Hell yeah! Thank you so much.
I'm not hungry yet.
I'm here for
It's fine. No, we got Rockette back. She was always the one that would handle that. We have her back. Everyone else can.
You.
Yeah, you don't. Everyone can step down from position. Rockette's back. But yeah, let's get right back into gameplay. Right where we left off. Just for a slight mini recap of the whole brainwash scenario and the team together alone in the lounges. The little way that the contested sort of thing works is, Allie and Rush still have a little bit of a feeling like, Bud seems a little bit off, like we're all kind of together. We all love Arasaka. We're all working here now. Allie and Rush fully brainwashed. But they can tell something's a little off with Bud. They feel Hades is right there with them, though. Bud's still not getting a read on anyone. He just knows, like, he's not brainwashed. Everyone else seems brainwashed. And Hades, she sees right through it the same way Bud sees through it, except she can tell, Bud seems to not be brainwashed too, like me. So that's kind of where all of them sit. All of them are kind of keeping it to themselves, but that's what's going on, just to fill everyone in. And then the last thing was Hades kind of had a moment pulling Allie into the bathroom, a little alone time, letting her know that, she did kind of remember a couple things from being in the coma and the psychotic situation from the previous campaign and everything that went down, and that she did hear her, that, she loves her and she cares for her. She planted one on Allie, even kind of making it official now, and made it really official. She kind of took that to the limit when the door opened, letting everyone know, hey, we're getting married.
And no one stopped her. Right,
so let's just take it right from there. Hades just opened the door and said that, Bud and Rush turning to hear that. I'd like to get Bud and Rush.
Slam. We're getting married!
What?
What?
But when two people love each other very much and they want to get discounts on their taxes, they make it legally official.
Sorry, why taxes? We don't earn nearly enough.
Yeah, we're off the books pretty much always.
Have you seen how much money Arasaka has? We're about to start having to pay taxes.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, congratulations.
Congrats, absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm...
Would you be opposed to getting married at a night market? Hey, a midnight market?
A mid-marriage market?
a marriage night market. I'm still
Making a
I mean-
party.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't really care for weddings much. If that's something you want to do, Hades, I
It'll
say
be a themed marriage. Wedding.
themed-
I won't hold you to that.
a themed night market / midnight market. One thing, just a little callback to previous sessions, if we remember Rush's first night market where he partnered up with Kids Help to pull it off, he kind of themed that one with everyone with their thrones and kind of, stylized it a little. Might be kind of fun if that's Rush's thing. Maybe there's no one particular thing, but maybe you have different themed midnight markets, or maybe this one's a wedding event or something. I don't know, just throwing that out there. I like that idea.
Love the idea of night markets being like parties.
Yeah.
Like,
It's usually not like
in a
that.
community.
Yeah, I like that Russia's kind of, pulling that off. It's cool.
I mean, also, Rush, if you call something, if you say it's for a wedding, it's like 5 times more expensive. We all know that.
It's true. Yeah. Do you remember those thrones we had last time?
Oh yeah,
Bigger.
I remember that. Bigger thrones or bigger ideas.
Bigger thrones, more explosive, somehow worked into it. I trust you, hand on shoulder.
Hand also, on shoulder. Well, thank you, my friend.
Yes, thank you
We'll make
too,
it
my
work.
friend.
Yeah, and just a weird little side note too for Hades. Something now that you're having a little direct interaction with a Rush, without even having to do a perception check, human perception, any of that. Just like the others, you notice Rush is a little different. Not the whole brainwash thing, not that, but he seems to have a higher wardrobe and style. He's just carrying himself, a higher rank ability sort of vibe. Like he just seems to have upped his game all around. He just seems like a different Rush.
Rush, I haven't seen you in so long.
It's
She's
been
gonna give her a hug.
forever.
What's all this? You look like a banker.
Yeah, well, I thought I might as well dress the part while I'm here, and it's all free, so that's the
Gee.
price I like.
I'm listening.
Yeah. Well, if you're open to the idea, they come around with racks of clothing every morning. They bring it to your room. You can pick out what you want to wear. So, for me, this is perfect. Well, I mean, not exactly perfect, but if I want to walk around this place and not feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb.
No,
I'll
you're
dress
not
up.
at all.
She's gonna look up at how tall he is with his cowboy hat on.
And just to interject here,
Cowboy ad.
as Rush is explaining that to Hades, one thing that Allie and Bud kind of pick up on in that conversation, no deduction here. You know that Rush mentioning that, like, yeah, that is true. Like Rush's wardrobe and style, like his all-around game has kind of been upped, right, by Arasaka. And now he's mentioning how every morning he wakes up with like an assistant or somebody bringing in a rack of clothing he picks from. Like you guys haven't had that treatment. They're taking care of you, but you can tell Rush is kind of being held in a little bit higher regard. And remembering back to how Mr. Yinshaw was referring to Rush being in charge, vouching for all of you, and they're not disappointed. Like you're kind of getting the feeling like Arasaka is somewhat putting Rush in charge, or at least as a lead here. It feels like that to you guys now.
I mean, this is like big time stuff, Rush. Are you, you're thinking that, like, there's a permanent place for you here, or?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I never thought of myself as being a corpo. But
You
maybe
can't be
there's
tied-
something here.
You can't be
Yeah,
tied
me
down here
neither.
permanent. What about Mrs. Rush?
Well, that's
Have you forgot
the
about
thing.
your wife?
I'm thinking about her, and that's the reason why I'm thinking about this. I want to take care of her, and I want to make sure that I can get her out of the street, so she's not edge running anymore. Keep her safe, And
Is that what she wants?
she's talked about, wanting to find a safer place to live. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to take all the fun from it. It's up to her.
Seems like Arasaka's gotten more fun for his plan back home, so.
Yeah, well, as long as we're still making eddies, we're doing something right.
At that point, what was that, Allie?
Oh, I was just gonna say there's definitely eddies to be had, and why not? We've worked hard enough.
Speaking of Eddies, is any of this money for Kenji, or is he being paid separately?
You can assume Kenji's being paid separately. He was just kind of a temporary help because you didn't have a Netrunner. So, yeah, 10K was pretty much given to you to do however you seem fit. Yeah.
So we'll split it amongst us here.
Oh.
There's not enough room on this team for 2 Netrunners.
What is that?
Yeah, all of a sudden, as you see Rush go into his agent, you see ping, 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 and everyone basically is picking up. What would it be? 2,500. It was
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 10K total.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Going
agent.
shopping when I get home.
Oh.
Does Rush send some to Hades too?
Yep.
Ah, nice.
He's gonna look.
Wow, what? Rush, is this for waking up?
Pretty much. We're glad you're here.
Wow, I should die more often. I'm kidding.
You
At
should
that-
definitely not die more often.
Yeah, at that
Or I
point,
will.
Anzu opens up the door. The assistant is back. He just kind of nods and says, "We're now prepared to take you to the ceremonial dinner. We need to welcome Hades into the Arasaka family. If I could escort you now."
Do we get
Okay.
a costume change like Rush, or is
Um,
it just kind of a straight thing?
Close.
if you need to change, by all means, you have a few minutes. That's fine.
I want to see these fancy clothes racks that you've been talking about, Rush.
Same.
Yeah.
Anzu looks towards you, Rush, and says, "Oh, okay, I can get approval." And he goes into his thing. Within a few moments, you see a couple sort of assistant types. Rush is familiar with them, and they come in with a rack of clothing. They pull in a few racks of clothing. You see some gowns, some evening wear, just some really nice high fashion. A cross between like high fashion and exec wear sort of vibe you're getting here, along with some customization because you see that the sort of Arasaka 3 Bloom logo embedded in some of the inlays. You can see like there's sort of a emblem thing that they use sometimes. Like you see it's customized but top-notch stuff. Why don't you describe if Hades and Allie are kind of picking out some things? There's also some male clothes if Bud was interested. I'm not sure if Bud would be so interested, but why doesn't everybody take a moment to describe that? If you want to change up your outfit and look for this dinner, go for it. That'd be fun.
Oh, Hades is gonna pick out the puffiest, like, princess. It's gonna be pink. It's gonna have tulle. It's gonna have a lot of sparkle, like the entire thing. Like, they may not even have brought it down the rack. It may have just materialized once it got in the room. But yeah, it's going to be absurd.
Nice.
Yeah, you find something. It has a very retro prom meets futuristic cyberpunk vibe, like very gownish. Your quinceañera sort of like combo of. Yeah, exactly. With all the chrome sparkles and neon inlays, like very modernized, but with that retro vibe, absolutely. What's Allie picking out?
Allie is gonna go for something that's very like slinky, like still a gown, like a floor-length gown, but like tight-fitting and slinky, and kind of fitting the Arasaka like logo, black with kind of like almost like luminescent red circuitry that glows underneath. Yeah.
I like that. Does Bud at least straighten his jacket? What's Bud doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick out a jacket that is functionally identical to the one I'm wearing. Pretty much. Like, I like that. That looks good. Yeah.
Bud makes a
same as the jacket you're wearing.
Yeah, Bud makes a lateral move on his wardrobe and style during this change. He's like,
Although he did.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the scuffs that this one does.
it's true.
Yeah, and it's probably really well made. I mean, this fabric feels like real leather, as in a real skin from a living organism.
Oh, I don't want to think about another cow.
Nice.
Whenever
We're bringing it full circle.
every time
Yeah.
Bud mentions like, oh, it doesn't have any scuffs on it yet, Hades gonna come up and like, without him really noticing, just on the side of the arm, just start scratching it a little bit.
Aww. You can't but have one picture.
Nice. And yeah, as you all change, you kind of
Wouldn't be him without some skulls.
dress for the dinner. Anzu escorts you back to the sort of ceremonial hall where you all have been before. When you enter, it's the same sort of setup. You can see all kind of the higher ups around this table in a different atmosphere, new to Hades, but yeah, it's a big open sort of a room, has a very ceremonial vibe in the sense of the decorations, the chandelier. It's more of like a dinner hall sort of thing, but you can see that on the walls there's like digital designs and things, like looking like those dragon inlays from the parade sort of look, and they're all moving, holographic decorations. It's just like the other rooms you've been in, including your own lounge. Very high class. Lots of money is put into this place. It's Arasaka. It's all top of the line. But as you enter, you see Mr. Yinshaw, Yorinobu. They're all in here. Everyone's around the table as Enzu directs you to the open seats, and everyone kind of stands up to allow you all to sit. And as you sit, they all sit along with you. And the meal goes on. Allie, Bud, Rush, you're all very familiar with this. Rush has been through this a couple times already. Allie and Bud once before, but there's different main courses and meals, appetizers, different food platters brought out. Everything is elaborate. There's very light conversation. Not a lot of conversation between the Arasaka that's there and you all. It seems like you all kind of converse amongst yourselves, but this is more of kind of a ceremonial thing, not a social thing. But you get through the meal, and then at one point there's performers that come in. The big double doors swing open. These people come in dancing. There's music, and it has a sort of like traditional Japanese vibe with kind of like old instruments, but electronic and modernized, because you hear it coming through the intercom system. So it's kind of a cross between tradition and modern. As they dance around, you see the neons on the walls kind of animating, and it's just this elaborate sort of display. Where you get the feeling, Hades, they're welcoming you into the Arasaka family. As that goes on and the meals are finished, you also see, as all the traditional dancers, the performers, everyone leaves, another assistant comes in with some security, and they have this elaborate sort of velvet pillow with a sort of chrome outer lay with tassels hanging. On it, you see this sort of little device. They come and they sort of present it up to you. It looks like a little sort of lipstick container or something, a little cylinder about the size of a lipstick. It's heavy. It's made out of some type of mantle or compound material. It's very heavy for its size. It has all these sort of carvings in it that resemble sort of traditional Japanese artwork that also kind of feed off of the Arasaka logo, that sort of three-prong design that goes up into this sort of button. That looks like it's the sort of A design. Everything very hidden within the patterns of it, like it's incognito, but it's there. There's also Japanese writing on it. Because you understand it instantly, you can read, right? It says loyalty right on it.
Oh, yes.
And they present it to you to hold, and as you're holding it,
I want to say, when they present it, she would take that, and then she would also take the pillow.
Nice. Yeah, you take...
Pillow? Oh, then it comes on.
Yeah,
Thank
you. You go to.
This doesn't look very comfortable, but thank you. It looks very traditional.
Yeah, you go to take the pillow. Give me a brawling check. This is a little grapple.
Just reminds me of
Yeah, you're not able to get it out of the assistant's hand. As you take it, he pulls it back and kind of looks at you confused and looks back at Mr. Yinshaw and Yorinobu, and they just kind of like nod, and then he walks out and leaves the room. And as you're,
looks confused.
Yeah, and as you're holding this thing, Yorinobu mentions something to Mr. Yinshaw, who then speaks to Rush and says, if you could please demonstrate to Hades. So Rush can maybe explain how it works using his, maybe. And maybe all of you can pull him out, kind of expected.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, everyone got one of these?
It's so cute. It's a
Yeah.
mini
And you-
monoblade.
And you get something in return. And I'm just going to point to the little like red mark still on my thumb. Just quietly.
So, then hold it away from her really quick.
Wow, they need to tell you that before handing it to you. What if I touched it and looked in it? You know that I look into everything.
Yeah, and without even having to do a human perception check or any of that, Allie and Rush instantly getting a weird vibe off of Hades, not just going along like it's no big deal. Like if Arasaka wants something out of it, like you do whatever they say, like you trust them, loyalty. Like it's a little odd that Hades was a little apprehensive at that when Bud mentioned it. So just know that was a little odd. If you want to play that out just for a moment, if you want to.
Hades, it's fine. It's just a tiny little prick. It's not like the end of the world.
You see Yorinobu and Mr. Yinshaw kind of speaking to each other, and they just look a little bit concerned.
People are watching though, Hades.
Hades is very she's not quiet anyway.
Oh, I was thinking it was something like Butthead that I could accidentally cut myself in the eye.
And she's gonna look at the two people,
Rush.
Yinshaw and Yorinobu, and be like,
I'm very clumsy sometimes.
They just nod.
It's not gonna take out your eye. It gets you in the thumb.
And also,
No, this is very cute though. Look at this.
now she's gonna be like,
Oh.
like, looking at it.
yeah, and I'd love, Rush and everybody, if you kind of trigger it, they trigger this thing. You see it's like a Kendachi Mono 3, but a mini version. It ignores all SP11. It does 2d6 damage direct if the SP11 are under. It's already synced to your thumbprint and your biometer. Obviously, they got some type of reading off of you. Rush, what was your color? Was it blue?
Yes.
Yours is glowing blue. The crystal blade that pops out when you do it's almost like a stiletto. And Bud, I believe you said yours was red, was it? And Allie's was pink. Am I right about that?
Mm-hmm.
And her Hades, you see everyone kind of trigger it. You go to trigger yours. You feel a quick prick in your thumb, like something popped out and injected you with something. As your crystal blade pops out humming, what color is yours, Hades?
Oh my god.
Black.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are we the Power Rangers?
Yeah, I think we are.
We're missing
or
one
we can
color.
summon Captain Planet.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Art.
Fire.
Nice. Yeah, and as Hades, you trigger it. It pops out the crystal blade glowing black. Everyone there's that. Now you see what it is, and it's a gift. It says loyalty. You were pricked in the thumb with something. And also just a throwback, because I didn't mention it before, we did do that resist and torture drugs roll off session. Me and Rockette did that for Hades, so I could interject the role play properly into this session. That's why I did a flashback. For the sake of cinematic purposes in this session, I didn't want to expose that moment until the team had a chance to do the contested rolls to see how that would role play out before I kind of gave away exactly what the answer was. So just to explain that moment. But at this point, Hades is pricked with that. Playing along, I imagine, but notices the blade. Excited. Everybody has their blades.
Playing along. Hades would legitimately be very excited about this. It's a new thing for her to play with.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, Yinshaw-san and Yorinobu-san. I love it. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
And she's gonna make it go in, go out, go in, go out, go in, go out.
We're happy you are pleased. And they just nod. And also, just a side note, this gives you a +2. This sort of weapon, not only is it small, so you can kind of try to conceal it on you to get in places maybe you shouldn't have it. Whatever your conceal reveal roll is as the contested DV to see if you hit it well, comes with a +2 with this item because it's so incognito. It's nice, looks like a little decoration thing. It's small. But yeah, you basically were given that, finishing the meal. And everyone is happy. They kind of bow. Anzu comes over to all of you. He leans into you, Rush, and says, now that the dinner is complete and we've welcomed Hades into the family, we would like you all to just spend a moment, clean up in your lounge, and I'll come to escort you in about 5 to 10 minutes to Mr. Yinshaw's private conference room. We'll do a briefing of the next step and get you on your way back to Night City.
Course.
Dang.
So now you just have a little bit of time. You can go back to the lounge, change into your normal clothes, discuss things, the new gift, anything, the dinner, the ceremony, anything at all. You just have a few moments before he comes to get you. I'll let you take it from here.
Can I get another human perception check on Hades from
Sure.
the dinner?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
That's fair.
I think that's a good thing there because of her lifting it out and reacting in such a way. It would be obvious to them, but not you because you're not brainwashed. It's not the opposite. It's more along with you, which is definitely concerning. In fact, I'll give you a +2 on that human perception. Yeah.
Because like I gave her that little warning and she took it to heart, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Exactly. Now that makes perfect sense. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, that never happens.
That's true. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, but on the way back to the lounge, you've had some time to think about it. And yeah, it's just kind of clicking in like, wow, Hades seems to be like you. Like, she doesn't seem to be drinking the Kool-Aid like Allie and Rush did. She seems to kind of be faking it like you. You noticed that. But you're all back in the lounge now.
Good. Bud figured it out. Great.
Well, Hades has that. Let's remember the way to role play this now, because this is sticky. This is fun. I love this, and I'm glad all of you are of the caliber to handle this. Because let's face it now. Allie and Rush, they're with it. They have no idea. Once in a while, they get a little feeling, but they're with it, right? Hades absolutely gets a feeling like Bud might not be, might be along with her. Bud gets the feeling that Hades is along with her, but neither of you know that the other knows that the other is along. You see what I'm saying? So let's see how that all unfolds. But you're all back in the lounge. It doesn't need to unfold right now either. Play it as it would be naturally in character in this fucked up situation. Sorry for the language, but play it as it should be. But you're back in the lounge. Yeah.
Rush, things always move this fast around here.
Yeah, it seems that when they've got something to do, they want to get it done.
Makes sense. I mean, we're not so different. We just don't have like nice lounges and the ability to get from A to Z super quickly.
I was hoping all y'all would have a couple of days to relax and just take a load off, so to speak.
Relax? Are you kidding? Have you seen?
Just, this is really important. Don't mistake it for lipstick.
See? No, I'm glad I know. That's the first thing I would have done.
Oh no, that's exactly the first thing I was thinking. Why it's so close to a lipstick shade. I mean, it's really great to have in your bag, and
yeah, but what if I'm trying to get out of lipstick and yeah.
It's kind of, I guess it's a double-edged monoblade.
Yeah.
I guess you could always hand it to somebody and tell them that it is lipstick, and they just got to press that button.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah,
And nothing would happen. It's biocoded.
You're right. That wouldn't work. Forget it.
What if? Okay, hear me out. What if first you smear a little blood on their thumb, and then you tell them that it's lipstick? Just like, oh, you got a little something. Okay, there we go. Then here, in your hand. Okay.
I'm not fully down with coding, but would that work? It sounds like it could.
I don't think so.
Boo.
So what do you think? We're corpo assassins now? We're just going around taking care of odd ends that Arasaka don't want to deal with themselves?
Could be worse. I mean, you mentioned the cow.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think we'll be wading through poop and having to transport diseased cows.
Right.
He's gonna lean toward Rush and Allie.
Yep.
Arasaka is so much better than that, though. You know that they would never have us do anything like that.
And then she's gonna like lock eyes with Bud.
Right? You know they would never have us do anything like that.
Of course not. Okay.
I mean,
Are you okay?
We
You
don't
have
know.
something
That
caught
we...
in your throat? You sound like you have something caught in your throat. Anyway.
What? I feel like I'm missing a trick there.
I don't know. The first thing I walk in, he's talking about poop. Now he's talking about the cows, which I've tried actively not to think about since then.
Yeah.
Which
fair
also
enough.
dealt with poop. Do you need to talk about something? Do you need like to visit one of the pharmacies or something, Bud? Are you a little? Are you feeling a little backed up?
No, I'm pretty regular. I'm pretty regular, actually.
Oh well, that's good. Not
Okay.
everybody is.
Drink? Are we still doing that?
Drink.
That's a really far callback, but sorry. Sorry.
It's not.
I mean,
not.
Hold on.
I mean, I'm feeling like my regular self. You too, right?
I mean, most of the time, assuming depending on what I eat, that
Okay,
really plays a big
I
role
need
in
to
it.
hear this. I'm happy for bonding. If you guys keep wanting to talk about your bowel movements, I'm just gonna be over here. Rush, do you wanna check out this snack selection with me?
I'm pretty full, but
some.
yeah, okay.
Or maybe we could have an after what do you call it?
Nightcap?
Well, yeah, because an aperitif is to like increase.
Oh, yeah.
A nightcap
a
is to kind
departif.
of bring it down.
A departure, yeah.
Digestif is what you have after
Yeah,
dinner.
but as you,
That's
That's
yeah.
the one.
yeah,
We're gonna
as
have
you,
that.
what he said. Yeah, as you go over, but even before you get there, as you're having this discussion and kind of poking a little fun at Bud mentioning things, Hades' conversation, Allie kind of separating from this sort of talk. Before you can even separate from that, the door opens. It's Anzu again. Just a few moments have passed as he explained. Okay, Mr. Yunshaw is now ready for you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and he escorts you off this floor up, probably a few dozen floors up. You can tell that you're kind of going up to the top floors. Rush, you've been up here once before. You're heading to Mr. Yinshaw's private conference room. Once you get up there, it's on the complete end of the hallway from the elevator. This whole floor is for Mr. Yinshaw. It has private quarters that he can use when he's not in his normal mansion in Tokyo. It has conference rooms, his own private team of Netrunners, just all kinds of facilities here. You've been in a few of these while you've been here. You've also been kind of educated on this in the brain dance. Like I said, a little beyond what the others got in the brain dance. You've got a little more extensive knowledge. But when you enter in Mr. Yinshaw's private conference room, basically opens up into the whole end of the building, way up on the floor. You can tell you've got to be up on like 100th floor or something. It feels like you're basically looking over Tokyo because the whole side wall and corner are just open. It's all window open. You can overlook the city. You see AVs going, neons, the advertisements. I mean, this is a very, very nice sort of private conference room. You can see the big table off to the side as it opens up into a sort of wooden desk with engravings. It looks like it could be like redwood or some like type of dark marbled wood. Looks very heavy and set into the floor. Everything looks like it has carved wood panelings and really expensive because it looks natural. Aside from that, you see these huge, elaborate gold sort of lion statues that are on either side of the desk going, and then they have two hawks standing on the back of the lions. And as you come in, both of you notice that the eyes of the lions and the hawks actually have a glow to them. And as you're walking in, they seem to be moving slightly. You can kind of tell that these eyes are moving a little bit. It's hard to kind of get it, figure that out. But as you come into the office, you see Mr. Yinshaw behind his desk. He stands up when you all enter. Anzu walks you over to the desk and says, "They're here. I'll allow you to go over plans. Call me if you need me." And Mr. Yinshaw just nods as Anzu leaves. Yinshaw directs all four of you to sit down at the chairs in front of his desk.
I'm immediately relieved to be sitting down because on all the other floors of this building, I feel safe. But this one, because everything's opened up, it really triggers my fear of heights. So I am white knuckling this chair.
Nice.
I forgot about that.
Mr. Yinshaw says in Japanese, I apologize, Rush, we have discussed this before. He goes on some type of, you see like a device on the desk with a bunch of controls that's attached to a sort of holographic screen computer, but he messes with it a little, and you see all those open windows instantly change to like underwater koi pond. You can see koi fish going and things. The sounds kind of change. Instantly you feel like you're no longer up 100 floors.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Of course.
Although this does remind me of one time we were stuck in the ocean, but don't worry about it.
Oh, I apologize. Maybe something...
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's quite... the fish are nice. Okay. Thank you.
So, yeah, happy with the job we did?
I'm extremely happy. You pulled off the job very well. And I'll let you know all of us are extremely happy. It was just a mere test. Your partner Rush has obviously vouched for all of you, as we explained. We're not disappointed, and this has officially started our relationship. Now, the true meaning of this, we haven't even been able to discuss with Rush. We wanted to assemble the team, know that loyalty was in place, have the insurance that we had to place, do a test run, and now we can move forward. The true meaning of this relationship is because, well, it's no hidden fact that we're not welcome in the States, we're not welcome in Night City. We can't operate properly within the city limits or state limits or countryside, otherwise the political implication would be devastating. You know exactly what the result could be. And all of you do know. In the Brain Nuts, when it explained Arasaka and the history and the Fourth Corporate War and all that, you know that Arasaka is not welcome. And Elizabeth Kress, the president, kind of put Militech, nationalized in charge of securities. And Arasaka is not welcome. When they do operate, it's very much under the radar, like when you helped the operative in that ghost town, and the operatives came in, kind of took off, dropped you up, picked you up, they leave. Like they don't really work extensively there. But he goes on to explain that. And as you know, you already know. So we need partners that we can trust, that are loyal, that will work in Night City for us and carry out what we need. And then he opens up his desk. He pulls out from the back this briefcase. It looks like it's made out of a metallic sort of material, but like it's almost like a black chrome. But he pulls it up and he slides it over to you, Rush. And he says, this has been biocoded to you. You were the only one that has access. But he slides it over to you.
Do I have your permission to open it?
Of course.
Alright, so I'll open the case.
Yeah, you open it. Basically, you see stacks of money. He explains that this is unmarked bills. You have access to 20,000 eddies in this case. You also have Arasaka passes. And you notice that there are 3 more passes, the same one that you have, Rush, that gives you access to the building, at least to the extent that you do. Now Hades, Bud, and Allie also do. It's no longer just to your room. You can also control elevators. This is almost kind of like, okay, like an official, like, we trust you. You're now working for us. Here's your employee passes, So there's some passes in there, the 20,000 unmarked bills. And then you see a tracer. And he says, now this is a tracer that we... Well, it's been offline for a while, and it recently came back online. It's tracing to a biochip that we need access to. It was long lost somewhere in Night City. It was last seen in the Arasaka building. It was seen in the subfloor safes. We're not sure what has happened to this biochip since then, but we do know
the hell is a crater, right?
We're very aware that it's a crater, but when this came back online, we know that it's active. We know it's somewhere in Night City, and this biochip, it's there. It's powered. Whatever.
He's gonna lean over to Bud real quick and very quietly, zombies.
Then he goes on to explain. So this tracer is leading to Night City. The signal is obviously not strong enough at this distance. We can see that it's online. We can see that it's functional at this moment. But we need a team to take this into Night City, track this down, retrieve it, secure it, and bring it back to us. Now, this biochip, it requires a special case. He does another code, and his desk opens up, and basically you see this huge sort of isothermal case come up with digital screens on it. You see things coming up that are describing different percentages and stuff that just don't make sense to you. However, everyone recognizes this as part of information you were giving in the brain dance. You can see that this thing is... it's an isothermal case. You basically know that this biochip that he says that this thing is traced to comes up with a little hologram so you all can kind of see what it looks like. I'll bring that up in the overlay so everybody can see that on our screen. But he pulls it up. You see the biochip. You see that it's traced to somewhere in Night City. and then it kind of triggers in your mind when he pulls up this other case that he explains this is what the chip needs to be placed in. And it's basically, all of you learned in Braindance, the relic biochip, also referred to as the relic, must be stored and transported in a stable thermal conditions and in appropriate neural environment. Even momentarily exposure to temperatures falling outside of the recommended range could result in permanent damage to the technology. It's currently recommended to store the relic device in an Arasaka laboratory certified isothermal container to ensure the stable storage temperature within 2 to 8 degrees Celsius or within 35.6 to 46.4 Fahrenheit. But all that information instantly pops in your head as you see this thermal case as it comes out from the desk, and that closes off, and he slides that over to Bud. And then he explains, he says, I have had this case biosynced to you, Bud. It is very aware that as far as this team in Russia has explained, you handle most of the solo work, and this needs the utmost protection. It is very important.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
And you can see that the handle, just like the briefcase, just like the little mini Kendachi Mono 3, it has a little sort of bio scanner sort of thumbprint emblem on the handle. You can see it sync to you. When you grab it just to slide it over, you can see the thing kind of like lights up, the LED lights up. Like once you grab it, you have access to open it, close it, that sort of thing. So he hands you that. And then he goes on to...
Can I keep beer in here?
I would recommend you keep that strictly for the biochip. Then he looks at you, Rush. Rush, is everything going to be okay?
Everything's going to be perfect.
Nobody gets when I'm joking. God.
Very well. Well,
We have a very high sense of professionalism, sir.
Yes.
well, this is how it's been explained to me, and we trust in Rush. We trust in all of you to handle this. So we have arranged a ride if you want to go to your quarters, gather your things. The AV transport is already on the roof, awaiting. We'll get you back to Night City. Once you get back to Night City, you can settle in and see what the tracer reads and engage in this mission. Please, Rush, as we've explained before, loyalty and communication is at the top of our ranks here. So if you could please communicate along the way to the progress of this situation, we need to know.
Of course.
He stands up, he bows, and then the door opens. You see Anzu come in, even without him having to say anything. It's almost like he kind of knew, but Anzu steps in, he just gestures towards you, towards the door.
Okay, I mean...
Thank you. You can trust us.
You can rely on us. And he's gonna bow. She grew up in a Japanese household. She knows.
Did he give us a timeline for when we're heading back?
Inside.
What was that?
Did he give us a timeline for when we're heading back?
No, he did not. But on your way out of the office, when you kind of mentioned that to the team under your breath, we'll say Rush with the most in-depth sort of brainwash or knowledge of Arasaka and all this. Rush, you know, and you have the feeling like there's no timeline. That immediately, you know, like the sooner you can figure this out and get it done for Arasaka, the better.
Okay. I'd say it's ASAP.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, well maybe if we get back quick enough, the jet lag will reset itself.
No,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen.
I mean, not the weirdest job we've ever been given either. Just transport a chip, right? Or
Look at this thing. This is high end. This can't be just any chip. And you remember our little seminar. The relics, like the top end of their tech.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
and in that, you know that they're working on technology, the relic, just like Bud kind of picked up, just like Hades in the brainwash that they did that whole Save Your Soul copy. You know that these relic biochips are used to sort of transport and store, Save Your Soul or in the past tense of the more effed up version, Soul Killer version, you know that's what these chips are basically to hold, or those engrams or whatever. You know that.
But sorry to anyone who hasn't played 2077. I'm guessing they don't divulge that this is like even in the seminar we don't get told that this chip can like revive someone. It's more like the relic program as advertised, where you can sort of visit your dead relatives and they can exist in the computer. Yeah. So, yeah, that means, you know, if it's a relic and it's an engram storage, there could be some like long lost Arasaka exec on there or something.
Or movie stars.
I'm not sure why they'd be super worried about getting one of them back, but
Have you ever seen the ancient samurai movies? Come on, I would have thought we were on the same page.
I love those movies, actually. Yeah, I mean, it would be great to
film. I mean, come on.
It would be great to have one of those guys back.
Oh, stars.
I mean, does it matter who is on it?
Yeah, we're doing the job.
Yeah.
Either way, it's professionally, we just can't know.
But aren't you a little bit curious?
I love the fact that Russian alley would be like, you know, who cares? We're just do what they're, do what you're told, fall in line. And I love that Bud and Hades are talking about this is great, absolutely how it would be. Yeah.
even sans brainwash, there is a sense of like, let's get the job done before we.
That's true too.
Worry
Arasaka's
about
not to
what
play
we're
with. Yeah.
transporting. I mean, it's pretty much the Netrunner code, right? It's like you don't ask too many questions.
Yeah.
But I think we could get Rush curious about it if we tried hard enough. Like in a normal circumstance.
That's true.
And Al would be like, please don't plug that in.
Yeah, I don't need to know. No, thank you. Spend enough time in a brain dance without messing with my brain further.
You chat a little bit as you go back to the rooms. You're able to, gather your things as Enzu gets some other assistants to help along the way, kind of expedite the process as everyone packs up and exits Arasaka. As you're escorted up to the building, again, you're out through that rooftop sort of bottle transport room where you see a bunch of containers and people sorting inventory. Obviously, things are still coming and going. Right through security as Enzo goes through and the guy just bows down, allowing passage. It seems anyone that does notice you all pays you some type of respect. Like there's some type of, even beyond the normal employee, like when other employees see you, like they're always first to like move out of your way and just bow. Like you're definitely getting the vibe. Like you're kind of held in high regard here by Arasaka somewhat. You're their
As we should be.
Yeah, you're their NC operatives now that they have to help them work in Night City, and you're kind of treated as such. It kind of feels good. For whatever that's worth, being Arasaka as messed up as they can be, friends in low places, maybe friends in dark, evil places. I don't know, but yeah, you make your way up to the roof.
Isn't everyone messed up?
Very true. But you make your way up, and you see the same sort of AV-11 sort of transport up there. You see, a couple operatives kind of gesturing, helping with your luggage and containers into the transport. You get in, and once again, there's an operative sitting in there that doesn't say anything, just nods, seems to just be there for the ride, just in case, maybe to help. Who knows? But there is one of those there again. To streamline a little bit, you make your way out of Tokyo, and just like before, it seems like a handful of hours outside of Tokyo, away from the island of Japan, and out across international waters. You see in the distance another fleet of Aerozeps with extended cargoes. It seems like this was a bit planned. As one of them opens, as you approach and get closer, it kind of flies in and lands into the container as it closes. And once again, you're kind of piggybacking this long distance from these long-term Aerozeps. You do have a little bit of time here. As I told you before, it takes about 10 hours or plus to travel from Japan over to Night City, roughly, maybe give or take. But the time difference is going to put you back in Night City kind of midday or so, because it's going to take you all that time to go in the night. But you kind of get a day out of this. You're going to get your half a day when you get there. But we can streamline to that point. Or, even more fun, if you want to take just a little bit of time to chat. You have some travel time, or you can nap, whatever you guys see fit. I'll just pass the mic.
I keep having a visitor.
I love it though. I love when Bowser. I love when he comes in. I love that Syrinscape made that little clip of him bopping your nose and he's grabbing at you while we're playing. I love that clip so much. I've showed that to everyone I know.
Hey.
He's a good boy.
Yes.
Yeah, do Arasaka have, engineered, bioengineered dogs?
I mean, that
would
could
be-
make the difference for Hades. Like,
That's the clincher.
I wasn't playing in before, but now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of chaotic neutral when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I don't know how much help you're gonna get, bud.
I mean, she can discuss but later.
At some point, I would like to try and have a private conversation with Hades during the trip.
Well, how would you pull that off? You're all in this AV lounging out. There's the operative. There's rush out here.
We're allowed to kind of off the AV. Can we walk around the hangar or anything?
Yeah, you can get out and walk around the container.
Hades, I wanted to ask you something. And stretch
I'm
my
already-
legs.
I'm already promised to
you-
someone.
No, that's not what I was.
Yeah, back off.
Can we go for a walk?
Okay.
How productive is this conversation going to be?
Of all the team members that are here to help Bud,
I know.
I'm not the help you need. I'm the help you deserve.
I would like to check myself for listening devices if possible.
Yeah, actually, Hades will want to check him to see if she notices anything around too.
Yeah, give me a conceal reveal.
Okay, I'm going to chuck some luck into this. Not the best.
14 for
12.
Hades.
We have 2 plus 2s as well.
Can I add one, please?
That would be 14 for both
dang.
of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have, after roll you'd have to use both of them for the cost of one. So yeah, you could use both of those.
Yeah,
Now-
that's fine.
Just
We're
do
getting
it,
towards
just
the end. I'll snag them up, yeah.
Nice, good, because I was looking for you to break 13, which if you didn't do that wouldn't have worked. So that's kind of smart that you did that. But yeah, as you go through
Thanks,
it,
audience. Thank you.
oh yeah, thanks chat for contributing, helping the team. That just saved them a little bit for whatever that's worth. Bud and Hades, you walk out there to talk, and as you're walking, you both kind of check yourselves before you talk, and both of you do find very microscopic devices. It looks like it's some type of listening device that transmits. And you find it in your clothing, which is your clothing. It looks like it must have got implanted there at one point when you weren't wearing it or weren't paying attention. Maybe when you changed into that dinner wear. I can't tell. Hey, thanks,
And I guess the
Vampire.
fact that we're both looking for them, and we notice each other looking for them and finding them, we're like,
It's clicking. Absolutely, it's clicking. Yeah.
yeah. I'm a bit concerned about our friends.
I mean, I
They're
haven't
very
seen him.
tired and
damn.
emotional.
You know, I haven't seen them since I went down, so I don't know how everybody reacted after that.
Horrific thing that happened. in the
Yeah, that
garage.
Yeah, that was really terrible. It was a big deal for all of us,
Do you think
and I
they've
think
had?
it's changed them slightly.
Well, do you think there's anything we could do to help them out?
I was gonna ask you the same thing. I've been scratching my head since I got here, asking that question. Kind
I
of
mean-
feeling on my own here.
I went into a pod. You know, that's what I did.
Yeah, me too. I went in. They went in. You think a different kind of pod would help them?
I mean, maybe.
For a minute, it looks like Hades is actually thinking literally.
I mean, maybe. I mean, there's all sorts of different pods that help with all sorts of ailments and things. I would have to do some research to find out, what would really help. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
That was a really rough thing to happen back there.
It was really rough. It's really affected them.
I know. Did you see Allie? I mean, she almost couldn't keep a straight face when I got back.
Yeah. She's always worn her heart on her sleeve.
That's not true, and you know it. She's always acting like a tough O. A tough O.
Yes, a tougho. That's our Allie. Well,
I know her better than you do, bud.
yeah, and you're better at researching these kind of effects than I am.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we get back to Night City, maybe try and find them a vacation pod or something. Something that'll make them feel like they can get a little space. Make it feel like they've gotten some rest. Maybe a beach, maybe a pool hall.
Yeah.
Or a bowling alley.
Exactly, and you can help me convince them that that's what they need.
I mean, does anyone need convincing to go to a virtual bowling alley?
Yes, me generally.
No. Bud, you've never expressed this whenever we've gone bowling before.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything.
Oh my God! Everything is changing.
She's gonna start like walking back to the to the where everybody else is.
Yeah, let's go over to Rush and Allie, though, while Bud and Hades go out there. They're kind of walking around talking to each other. What's Allie and Rush doing?
So you're getting married, huh?
Look, I never said that, but I think life's too short to not tell Hades how I feel, right? And,
Absolutely.
you gotta keep the people that you love close, and hey, if she wants a big old extravaganza, then who am I to argue?
With all that's gone down recently, I don't blame the two of you, and I'm glad you found happiness.
Thanks. I mean, that means a lot. I guess the thing I'm worried about is, I don't want Hades to just jump into something big and new with me when she might still be recovering from her therapy and, the Ripper doc, and it's a lot. Look, I'd do anything for her, but I'm not a crutch. And I feel like she's still acting a bit strange. I don't know.
Well, she and Bud both, to be honest, but
Is it just that we've gone through a lot? I mean,
yeah,
fighting
probably.
with that Borg to now and being in another country, maybe it'll all work itself out once we get back to Night City. But I feel like, I don't know, I've just been noticing them acting a bit, off.
Some people don't travel well, maybe that's all it is. Or maybe it's something else. I'm wondering if they're going to be professional on this.
Yeah, I mean, usually we've been able to act however we want and work in our own time frame and stuff, but this is big leagues, and screw it. I want a house. I want to, like, I don't want to be in the same situation where I'm living with the people I love most, and then someone walks onto the street and gets dusted, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Thank you, because I feel sometimes like I'm going crazy for wanting some safety, for wanting some fences, and to not be shot at all the goddamn time.
I don't know. maybe I'm getting old, right? But it would be nice to find some way to settle down a little bit, you know?
Hey,
I
getting
mean,
old is-
I'm not talking about, slowing down, just completely like sitting down and getting bored. No, I'm going to be an edge runner till I die. But I would like that day when I die to be later rather than sooner.
exactly.
Who knows? Maybe one day I'll become a dad. But that's all up to, a lot of talking with Cypress before anything like that's going to be decided.
I mean, for what it's worth, I think he'd be a great dad.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know if Night City's the right place, but...
Yeah.
You'd have little rushlets.
And yeah, back over to outside of the vehicle, as Hades and Bud, kind of had that little conversation, and now you're heading back to the vehicle. Just as you're going back and opening the AV door to step back in, you hear that drop door sort of open to the cargo container. As it opens, and down the ladder you see another worker coming down, and he turns around and you notice it's Jinx. He turns like, hey, y'all made it back. Y'all heading back? That's great.
Jinx.
I was wondering if you were going to be on this one. Oh,
Yeah, back to the city of
your
dreams.
girl Hades is back.
And your beard is as luxurious as always.
Hey, thank you very much, young lady. I'm glad you're back.
It's good
Yeah.
to be back.
I think
Very
we're all
cool.
glad that she's back.
Nice. So, where you headed? You're heading back already, huh?
Yeah, job done.
You can touch it.
Shot.
It's like petting a pony.
Yeah, he goes over and checks the drop doors, the things, the different controls that he checked, before. You noticed him kind of doing his routine on your way into Tokyo. Now he's kind of doing the same thing on the way back. But yeah, he asks, so you're already heading back. Everything going good? What's everybody up to?
Going really good, I would say. I mean, I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, hey, I see you got your cowboy back too. He leans in the AV. Mr. Cowboy, Rush, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, the whole
How are
team's
you?
back together. I'm doing good. Doing
The
good.
gang's all here.
Hey, that's good to see. Oh, and Mr. Quiet there, he kind of nods toward the Arasaka guy as the Arasaka just nods back, the operative that's in there. But yeah, great. I got to get back to Skittles and get this ship on the road, but I'm glad to see everyone's doing well. Hey, we'll be in Night City now for the next few days. Hit me up. You never hit me up past couple days while we were in Tokyo, but let me know if you're in Night City. Got any downtime? Let's hang out.
Yeah,
look.
absolutely.
There's this 24-hour cafe in the Upper Marina. If you are at all interested, you and Skittles join us there, okay?
We're always
Nice.
there.
Yeah, once
French
we do our
toast is really good.
nice. Yeah, once we do drop off, we'll cut through. I think it's that spot. I think I've been through there before. Ran into you. I can't remember if we've been there, but get the spot. We'll meet up.
We've only been shot at there once.
Hey, that's pretty good
Yeah,
for
they
Night City.
replaced- And they replaced the windows since, so.
Nice.
Also very good.
I always look at any place I go in Night City. If I'm only shot at like once or twice, that's a good place. That's a good
Yeah.
place, you know.
That's how you know it's a classy
joint.
establishment.
Exactly.
Oh, this is a good neighborhood here.
Well, I'm glad y'all are doing good. Yeah, we'll get up soon. Let me head back up though. Take care. He kind of makes his way back up the trapdoor, back up into the Aerozep. But you're back up. You're back in the AV, hanging out. And Hades and Bud make their way back in. Allie and Rush sitting in there.
Home sweet home, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost there. I know it's weird to say, but I kind of missed the smell. Yeah.
You have been gone too long.
It feels like it's been a year for me. I know it's
Yeah.
only been about a week real time, but
Yeah, I get that. It definitely feels like it's been like a few weeks for me too.
I mean, it definitely does smell alive.
Or dead.
and a little dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't the council say they're working on the storm drains?
They're never going to get to it. They've been saying they're working on the storm drains for like years now.
Yeah.
I heard that there's a poser
signs
king
up.
that's posted up now in the drains. I think it's
Yeah, I
probably
don't
the
think that's
posers
gonna
to
stop
keep,
them.
keep taunting people, trying to get them into the
Oh.
storm drains.
Oh,
Yeah,
with red
I know.
balloons. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Come here, Georgie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Rush.
exactly what they say.
Rush, I thought it was the Mutant Ninja Turtle gang. Are they just on separate sides of the city?
Yeah, probably. I feel like that's why it's taken so long for them to clear it out, because they've got
Well,
a
that's
war
fair.
between two poser gangs.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they teamed up? Ooh!
On that day is the day that I move. I'm not sticking
Yeah.
out. I'm not sticking around to find out what happens there.
Speaking of home, I still haven't moved my stuff from the container yard to
Oh yeah.
my new apartment.
We're gonna be neighbors!
Yeah, by about 6 floors difference, but I guess technically.
If I stomp hard enough, you'll hear it.
Amongst all the other noises in there, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be a bit of a comfort. It's not. It's not screaming or the honking of a clown nose. Yeah.
Got a bozo problem in the container yard. What do I call about that?
Oh my super! There's a bozo in the walls.
I mean,
Skittering around.
listen, I've heard that if you take one of their noses and bury it, you can grow an entirely new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, Rush, that also reminds me, we bought that car off of,
Oh god.
is he Crazy Eddie? What's his name?
Oh no.
Benny.
Yeah. Crazy
Benny.
Eddie. Isn't he the robot?
Crazy Eddie's from Futurama.
Yeah, it was Benny.
It was Benny.
Yeah, it's stuck out there in the dunes. I wonder if you could talk to some of your nomad friends, get that thing pulled out, maybe fixed up.
Hold on a second. What happened to Pox? He was supposed to be getting that for it.
He found it and then he didn't even try going under the hood.
Well,
So he found
he didn't even like dig it out with his hands from the dunes himself.
Yeah, or
Can you
like
believe
a
that?
spoon.
Yeah,
I for one am shocked.
just-
He's a terrible minion.
Yeah, he just came back to Night City after saying, "Yeah, I found it, but it's half buried in sand."
A
So
good
what?
minion would have pulled
We
it
go to
back.
all that trouble to save his life, and he can't even drive a car back for us?
My God.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we maybe should have asked him that before we sent him out. But still, it does show a lack of initiative on his part.
Did he?
No, I'm with you guys. Screw Fox.
Did he at least map where he found it so we
Yeah,
have
he got
Yeah.
he got the coordinates for us. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
goodness for small favors.
Yeah, last that
Yeah.
everybody heard, Pox did find it. You have the coordinates to it. You've already paid for it. It's a junker, but you already paid for it. You know where it is. Pox said it was buried. There's nothing he could do. And the guys in 6th Street said they just didn't have the time or investment to go and handle that. Maybe check with some nomads or something. That's what kind of led the possibility that Rush might know and some nomads that could go grab it for you all or something. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I've been banking on the whole time is that we didn't have our fixer with us. We got to fix
Yeah.
it now. If I need something like that done, I'm just like, you do?
Yeah.
The only nomads I have in my contacts are my mom and dad.
You operate at 9 and you can't get in touch with some
And they're
nomads?
they're
Rush, your mom
former.
and dad could
former
dig it out.
nomads.
That's 2 people.
Yeah, I think, why don't you, Hades, Bud, and Allie, or actually it would be, Hades, Bud, and Allie, give me a concentration check. I'll give you the choice here. You can give a
the
concentration
memory
check.
check?
Yeah, and it'll be a simple DV for a memory check or a 1d10, seeing if it's under your intelligence stat. Either one of those can work as memory for me.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we definitely know a
We met-
Oh,
nomad
that's my luck's in that.
way back from season
20.
17.
Season 1. We
That's right.
remember.
Well, yeah, it kind of pops back in your memory. I mean, even without Rush, having to think about it. Yeah, all of you just kind of remember those nomads that you used to work with, but it is a little sticky. Rush has to kind of fake a Canadian accent to not be himself around those nomads. But you did hook him up.
Never do that.
You did hook him up with a car and then kind of confronted the situation. So it seems like that could be a better situation. It's kind of far. Those ones are way out. But you have Gramps is the one I was thinking of. I think his name was the old man that deals with transporting goods that ran the motel where you and Drake went and did the hit. Or had to go and try to track down that exec that was pulling the stuff on Hades while Rush was in Tokyo. And if you remember, you kind of worked it out with Gramps, and I think one of you even got his card for future hookups. You even overheard Kid talking to him on the phone. Like, he's kind of in your loop. But it all of you had a great memory check us talking about it. Like, you do have a couple Nomad hookups. What was the other one that Allie remembered you were going to mention there?
Well, I can't remember which. I think Dreads died, right? But was it Tumble?
Oh yeah, you got Tumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I know that like he said he didn't want to be.
He's
like,
somewhat retired. Yeah, he kind of.
Anymore,
but
he is a thread to pull on.
Absolutely, yeah. And if not him, he might know family members. There's some. So yeah, you have a few options there that come to mind.
Yeah.
In the first season, this is digging a little way back.
Oh yeah, you got the
married couple with a baby. Were they nomads?
Oh yeah, they were part of the Aldecaldo clan. You do have a little in with the Aldecaldos. In fact, you have a good in with the Aldecaldos because the way that ended, you kind of took that pinned propaganda that Continental Brands was putting on them for that infected cow bioplague, designer plague stuff. You kind of revealed that it wasn't them. It was a simple mistake, but it was really all the cover up and all the other stuff led back from Continental Biotechnica and stuff. It was all going to be put on Aldecaldo. So that's another great memory there from Hades. Yeah,
Hades it's just thinking about the husband and wife.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I still have that baby somewhere. I can always dive back into that couple. I think the baby be a little older, but still young enough to have fun with. But absolutely, the team has multiple Nomad hookups. Now that we think about it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're really active at this point in Night City's history.
They're kind of like responsible for rebuilding everything. So
and all transport at this stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
All intercity transport is them because it just hasn't. It's all chaos out there. It's all go gangs.
Yeah. Well, I guess Pox is now useless for this.
But we got it. We met the Aldecaldos once. I was wondering if you could broker them to get it towed, maybe do a tune-up on the thing so it's actually worth a damn. I mean, I'll pay with my eddies, but you know how to make the deals, right?
Look, you're saving for your bike. I don't mind paying for a little extra on this car. In fact, maybe be able to throw some guns on it for us. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
who knows?
It is like our ride, right? So what, we all chip in, treat it as a bit of a company car, and then we can soup it up and make sure that we're riding into combat situations with all the kind of ammo and protection we need. I don't mind.
I don't know about you, but my favorite cars are Nomad cars.
Absolutely. God, that's why I dated
I
my
hear
first
that.
ex and then ran him over with his car. You know what? I think I liked the car more than I liked the guy.
Well, then it's settled. Let's
2045. You know what I mean?
let's get the Oko hauled and see if there's anything worth bolting onto that chassis.
All right.
Yeah, and I know there's no real like the rollability for Fixer ultimately is kind of used in a role playing way, right? So like you've got the grease, you've got all the things. It leans more into haggling. But I think in 20 here, I think on the sheet it allows you to roll your operative. If not, we can just go with haggle, and I'm just going to use that a little differently. Because I just want to put a little, I don't know, some type of roll to what you're doing here, Rush. Even though you're not like, you're not like persuading them in a way. Like I want to see the connection, because I have a way I want to role play this out from my end that makes sense to the story. But let's just see if that connection happens. So yeah, let's look at the sheet here, the character sheet, Rush, if you would.
Oh, I don't see
just
a
give
way
me
to roll.
Yeah, just give me the haggle.
Yeah, okay.
like I said, that at least leans into your roll ability. And yeah, you make the call and you're able to get up with I'm remembering were they the Joneses, that couple name? I've got sheets like eight
Feel like it was.
eight campaigns
Yes.
ago or whatever. So
Sure.
yeah, but
If one of our
Jones is
super
the honcho
fans
for
corrects
60.
us,
it was something like that. But yeah, you give them a call, and yeah, they answer. You still have their contact in there, and they remember you. It goes well. They basically Rush. Haven't heard from you in forever. All that article stuff that came out that exposed Continental trying to throw the heat on us for everything. I mean, I made my mistake, but I really appreciate the way you lined that up. It kind of put the Aldecaldos in a little sticky situation, and you fixed it right away, like a fixer does, right?
Yeah, I know, eh?
I appreciate it.
Well, we're super happy to be able to do that for you, eh?
Oh, wait. No, and I think the Aldecaldos, you didn't have to.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Rush does this anyway. He does it anyway.
Because he
Yeah.
doesn't remember. He doesn't remember.
who he annoyed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of my family history, I was trying to keep myself unrecognizable to the nomads in case they knew my
They
parents.
talk.
Yeah, that's fine. But if you remember, in that first season, you did talk to him normal. You talked to him at Rush. It wasn't until that later clan, the one that had the direct tie with Ali's past and your family as well. You both had kind of
yes.
where you faked the Canadian because you didn't want to reveal who you were. They didn't see you since you were a kid, so you were able to pull that off. But the Aldecaldos, you don't really have to. But you absolutely can play into that just as an extra precaution. I just know the Joneses, Rush, you sound a little different. Everything all right?
So sorry about that. Force of habit.
There you are.
I just do that sometimes. Yeah, look, we were happy to do that. It is better that the truth came out, especially for you guys. You're good people, and you deserve to be treated well, especially right now with all the work y'all are doing for everyone. For people to turn around and slap you like that, it wasn't right.
Oh, exactly. No, we got the whole clan. We were very happy with how that was handled. We owe a lot of that to you. So what brings you to calling? Anything you need. You got a favor in the Aldecaldos. So what you need?
Well, we got a job, and I wanted to know what the price would be. Now, if we got a favor from you, maybe this could fit in there. You tell me. All right. So we got a car out in some wastes, buried in a dune, and we need it to be recovered. And it would be nice if it got a nice little nomad tune-up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. But wait, you say buried? What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, it's in a sand dune somewhere. I've got the exact coordinates of the car, but it would have to be probably, if it's not completely covered, dug out.
Yeah, if we're expediting, transporting, and obviously any upgrades on top of that. Look, Rush, we owe you a favor, and we'll still owe you a favor. But in this case, being a little above and beyond my personal help, I'll have to get some crew here. You think you can at least transfer 1,000 eddies, and we can get this thing transported back? You need this back in Night City, or are you still back out on the East Coast? Where are you at?
We're gonna need that in Night City.
Okay, I can do that. Look, we'll dig it up. We'll transport it. Send me the coordinates. We'll get it handled. If you can cover 1,000, we'll get that dug out, transported, even polish it up a little bit for you. But if you need any mods, that will cost. That's going to require some of our crew to do some work.
All right. Well, what kind of cost are we talking about there? Because we're thinking about maybe souping this thing up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll send you our current rates. I'll send you the rates. Just hit me up. Let me know what you need. And Rush, I'm very aware. You're welcome to haggle. I'm very aware.
Yeah. in 1,000 eddies, I mean, that sounds real good, but I know that, and I like that you're still going to hold on to that favor for us, because, Lord knows it's good to have a favor with the nomads, and the Aldecaldo specifically. But could you do a little bit better there on that price? 1,000 eddies is a little steep.
Yeah, let's make that a little bit easier for you, Rush. You're right. We'll still owe you the favor, but let's at least make this a little bit easier. Now, your rank, I didn't even check, but are you up to the? Is it still 10% off, falling back on the first, or I think at one point don't you get up to 20, or is that strictly for a gig?
Now, let me just confirm.
But I know one of them is gigs that you hire, right? Hold on.
This one is if I'm successful in a haggle, you get 20% more or less the market price when buying or selling.
Which rank were you reading from? Sorry.
That's from rank 9.
Okay, cool.
This guy over here, rank
Yeah.
9.
Okay. Yeah. So you got to the 20% one. I knew there was a 20%. Yeah. So easily you can get. Just send over 800 and. We'll get this covered.
All right, and you'll probably notice I already sent over 800 while we were talking.
Oh, yeah, it's right here. And then all of a sudden you hear his wife in the background like, oh, hot damn, like, we're working with Rush again. I like that. Then you hear a baby crying, girl, will you keep it that? Now you woke him up. Rush, I gotta go.
All right, thank you so much.
They hang up the phone.
Well. You look very happy with yourself.
Yeah, I often am.
That's the way to live.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and now you've got, Rush is able to kind of line that up. The Aldecaldos, they're going to dig out the vehicle. You can trust that they're going to. If they say they are, they're going to. They'll get that out. They'll transport that back to Night City. You can imagine within just a couple days, they'll probably be contacting you, Rush, once they get it cleaned up and taken care of. You also, your agent goes off, and all of a sudden you're getting a hit back from the Joneses just saying, thanks, got the cash, already working it out with the clan. Here's a list of the current mods and pricing. When we meet up, just let me know what you need. And you're basically getting that list that's typically kind of exclusive to nomads and stuff, and you've got access, at least at this time, for that vehicle. So out of game, feel free, any of you, to look in the rule book, look at that sort of nomad mod sort of hookup. And if you just want to look at the equivalent up to Rush's rank, imagine that's a nomad rank to give you access all the way up. Lucky for you, Rush made it up to 9. You got access, and he's got a briefcase full of money. So just think about all that. By next session, you'll be able to kind of discuss that. But that's just some side note on what just went down. What I want to bring attention to now is you basically still have a good, 8-9 hours of travel time. We can streamline this. Everyone just has casual conversation, hangs out. What I think would be the smarter thing is, just like on the way to Tokyo, the team gets a little shut-eye. Because the fact is with the time change, you're going to arrive in Night City. It's going to take you all, in your mind, all through the night, right, to get there, leaving Tokyo, a good 10 hours, whatever. But when you get there, it's actually going to be, midday, daytime. You're going to have a full day in Night City. You don't want it to feel like night to you. So let's use that to get some sleep. The team catches up on sleep. You would have used this time to heal if you took any damage, but that confrontation on the rooftop went very well in Tokyo. Rush and Bud didn't take any damage. Bud didn't have to engage in any sniper stuff that would have maybe led to combat or some sticky situations, because Ali had a great role with the explosives. Everything went smooth in Tokyo, so you don't even have to repair HP. Everyone gets some good sleep. Everyone feels great. You're woken up by the operative as the AV basically hovers back down into Night City. As you're coming down into Night City, you see the cityscape. You get a little whiff of the smells. Rush, it's been about a year. The rest, it feels like maybe about a half a year. But smells, look, grunge, pollution, red smog hanging over the city. All that aside, you do get a little bit of a nostalgic feeling like you're back home. It is home, regardless, and you get that feeling, and it feels good. As the AV pulls down into the city, you notice you're pulling right into the upper marina as the vehicle pulls up into the 24-hour cafe parking lot where Bud and Alley Cats were picked up at. The AV basically pulls up, and just as soon as it closes down and before the doors can open, Rush, your agent, goes off, and you see it's Anzu.
Ansu, how are you?
I am very well. I hope the flight went well. I see you have arrived.
We have arrived, yes.
Okay, very well. I want to let you know, take the day. Take the day for yourselves. Relax. Get situated back into Night City. Mr. Yinshaw was very clear. We need you acclimated 100% before you engage in this mission. So feel free to take the day. When you're ready, call this number. Your driver will pick you up. His name is Ty. And all of a sudden you see, bing, your agent goes off and you're getting like another agent number and it says name Ty, driver.
All right. Now, is he taking us anywhere specific? Is he taking us to
Rush,
goal?
This is your personal driver from now on. He will take you to your home. He will drop off your other team members to their homes, and you will engage in the mission when you're ready after you have acclimated.
Well, damn. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Yeah, the agent hangs up. And the door opens. You're out front of the 24-hour cafe. As you see Hades raising her hand at Rush.
Lady DeVille?
So, I don't want to overstep any boundaries or anything, but I did happen to hear a little something. I have good ears. And was that you having a private driver just indefinitely that I heard? That you can tell to do anything you want as far as driving is concerned?
This driver is for the whole team, as I understand it.
No, it's yours, Rush. You do know it's your driver, yeah.
Then yes, I they have provided a driver for me, yeah.
So, if per se you were interested at like 3 a.m. in getting some ice cream, the driver would have to take you there.
I think so.
Like ice cream even on the other side of the city with maybe some scenic stops along the way.
Well, it's the best way to go get ice cream, isn't it?
Maybe that's our after mission treat, so we can get some proper rest and be ready to do this.
Right, and proper use of...
So nice of them to give us the day off and tell us when we can work.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, wasn't it? We're in the big leagues, I tell you.
We gotta be fighting fresh. I mean, it's nice, but it's also smart.
Yeah, I remember when we used to work on our own timetable.
Yeah, I remember how we'd be tired and clumsy and almost fall off railings.
Hey, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying if we wanted to take 2 days, we could.
To rest?
Yeah. Who says we need to get back to work on their timetable, huh?
Yeah, who needs 2 days to rest? I mean...
Well, then Russian Alley would definitely feel the urge to, rest as quick as possible and get to work for Arasaka,
Work.
Ice cream!
Mr. Yinshaw needs results. He wants that report on his desk by 5.
But yeah, the AV drops you off as you're out front of the 24-hour cafe. The AV flies off into the horizon, leaving Night City. As you four are standing out front of the cafe. After a good 10-hour flight and rest, all 4 of you are feeling well rested. You have your day, and you are a little bit hungry.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, we gotta do this to the best of our abilities, and that means not going on an empty stomach. Plus,
That's true.
Hades,
That's true.
I'm sure you'd like some muffins from home.
Do I hear a 24-hour cafe session next week?
I hear
I
it 24
think you do.
All right, let's end
We're
the...
inviting Jinx. We're inviting everyone. Hey, Anzu, you want to come to the 24-hour cafe?
Hey everybody, I'm Donna.
Hey, it's me, Donna. Hey, so let's end the session right there. Let's cap off our Welcome to Arasaka campaign officially as you're back in Night City. You have the day about you. You can go into the 24-hour cafe, grab something to eat, do a recap, have some role play in the current situation where Allie and Rush are brainwashed, Hades and Bud are not. They kind of get the feeling like they know each other or not now after that discussion during the transport, yet the others don't know. That'll be fun, as well as discussing the upcoming mission. So anyways, next week, same place, same time, we'll have one of those special role play sessions where it's just a 24-hour cafe. So everybody watching, make sure you come back, tune in, help us spread the word. Like I mentioned before, share out the Syrinscape Twitch, let people know we stream here every Thursday, same place, same time. We would really appreciate the support, and I know Syrinscape deserves the love. So make sure you follow and subscribe when you get a chance. So thanks so much to everybody in chat also contributing the points. I know we did not get to use all those +2s from Vampire Bites. So Ellen, write those down. I know I don't normally let them play over from a previous session, but I want to let those ride over because I knew he was saving up to try to do a plot twist, and he said it was taking too long to save up all those points, so he dropped all those +2s to help the team. I don't want to take that from him since he saved those up, so they will get used. So Vampire Bites, thank you so much.
Vampire Bites.
Awesome.
So don't worry about that.
Very cool. All right, so hey, and thanks to my team for being so awesome as always, and especially during these current. This current campaign and the way things are going. I know it's definitely I feel like we're really pressing the limits of role play and tabletop gaming and stuff with the flashbacks, the way that the team kind of contests against each other, and now full on in a brainwash sort of scenario working for Arasaka. I love the level of gaming that we're doing here and the role play and the fact that this team is keeping up and then pushing it beyond what I expected. Like, I'm loving it. It's so good. So thank you to the team for being just so awesome. Seriously.
Thank
yeah.
you, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
bringing a great.
Awesome. Well, hey, we'll see everybody next week. Same place, same time. Take care.
Bye.
Anti-metal.